What up? What up? What's everybody doing tonight?
Got a save by Swift. Who set up Davis' goal. Wilson pops up a miss hit by Kane. Picked off by Kane. Wilson keeps it in the attacking zone. Takes the puck back to Carla. Mid goal. Marchand tags him. Kurashev drops it for Kane. Radish off. Marchand cut back on him. Up high. I believe in the neck. Halfway through the penalty to Pasternak. Marchand still on the bench. Ian Mitchell wraps it around through both corners. McAvoy tries to muscle the puck to Zacha. Happen to see you around the boards and Clifton runs into Mitchell.
What's up? What's up?
Bill Bruce slides it deep. Carlo gets it past Kara and Lindholm. The shot on goal.
What's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Brailsford, what's happening? Oh, did he really? I didn't catch wind of that. I don't know why I didn't get notification. Ford Blue. Oh, okay. Hey, I didn't even know you were doing that, man. Sorry, Ford Blue Gage. If you want to go live, that's cool. I never got notified that you were going to go live in a half hour. I talked to Sublime yesterday and today. Told him I was going to do it. I don't know if he knew about your stuff. So what's everybody up to tonight? He might not even know. Hey, Funky, what's happening? So what's the weather like where you guys are? It's freaking like 20 something degrees here tonight. Funky, funky, funky. Poor Blue Gauge, you gonna jump on in here? What are you up to? Man, I'm glad I'm not in Buffalo. Buffalo's got 5 feet, 6 feet of snow in certain parts of Buffalo in the last 2 days. Funky's got 2 feet of snow? Dang. Where's that Kermit the Frog guy? Seven people in here, only 3 people talking. Who's in the weeds? Ah, there's Sublime. So did your college picks come out good there, Sublime? Yep. I know. I took the car out yesterday for a drive. Took it to the emission station. Freaking failed. Let's see here. Oh, there's some Kermit.
What's up?
What's up?
What was Braille for talking about? Typical Sublime to give bad gouge? What does that mean?
I guess 4Blue had set up a live stream for 9:30
Okay, what does that have to do with me giving bad gouge?
because I said I didn't know 4Blue was going live. I talked to Sublime earlier and I told him I was going to go live. I don't know if he knew anything, but he didn't mention it to me, and that's what he said.
Yeah, I had no idea. 4Blue. It's funny because I saw your notification. I went out for a cigarette. I come back. I see you went live, and then 1 minute later, 4Blue's got a notification out. He's going live. What's up, Mop?
What's up, Karma?
Anyone Mustang LX?
What's going on? Hey, that's a nice picture there, Zach. I like
He's a
that.
good fella.
That car
Everyone's
looks
a good
pretty
fella.
with the black stripe.
Kermit? Oh boy, now he's coming up with creative names. Kermit, Kermit.
Right?
Look here, your red hair fox.
I kind of like
Red-headed
the
fox.
green with the black stripes.
Huh?
I kind of like that picture that Zach's got on his avatar. The green with the
Oh,
black
all
stripe.
right. Zach, we need you to go find one with white stripes and put that as your avatar. We don't need this whole black stripe, white stripe conversation again popping up. There
Hey.
you go. Now you're cooking.
Now we're cooking with Mrs. Carmob.
Is she? Oh, hey, what's up, Nicole?
Oh,
Bryce, what's up?
Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
So, yeah, see, the only thing is 4Blue, we don't see the notification until it gets to the 30-minute before mark. You could
Right.
set it up 6 hours in advance, and if people aren't checking your channel to see if there's a notification or, scrolling, they won't get a notification until 30 minutes before. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, here. You want better than red hair fox? How ironic is it that a redhead's going to be driving that red DPH? Is that a little better? A little better for you?
Oh my God. Here we go. Look at this.
A little more red for the red.
Here we go.
Is anyone else? Oh, dude, it is so ironic that you get that. And he only does it once every live stream. It's not like he keeps saying it.
I don't even know. El Duendo? What?
It's weird, dude. It's weird.
She's on her way home after dropping Shelby off at a friend's house.
They're going to the water park. Oh, nice.
Indoor. Yeah, you better be indoor with the weather out there. They'll freeze their butt off if they're not indoors.
Won't freeze their butt off.
I have never heard of an indoor water park. Never.
Oh, yeah, they got them.
Oh, yeah. They're all up here all the place, especially Wisconsin. Wisconsin's got a ton of them.
It's a troll for Blue Gauge.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily. He's not going to say anything offensive. That's all they does is they put that one comment and that's it.
Yeah.
So weak. Oh God. You liked it. You just don't want to admit it. Well, at least I know one thing that made you laugh today. That text that I sent you.
Oh man, look at Funky. He's gonna bail.
He's gonna bail.
Yep. See what he said?
I'll go over to you. Oh, because the 4Blue goes live. Too funny. You don't got to work tomorrow, do you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I may not even have to work on Monday because of the freaking 5 feet of snow up in Buffalo.
So Nicole, it's 18 here with a feel like wind chill of 3.
Yeah, something like that. It's like 20 here with a feel like of 20.
I just went to get Portillo's and go to the gas station to get smokes, and I was wearing flip-flops with no socks. Unless there's like snow on the ground, I could still get away with walking around in flip-flops with no socks, as long as I'm not outside for a lengthy period of time. I want to know why Funky's not up here. That's right. It's Saturday. Never mind. He's watching his prelims of guys in tights.
What?
That's what his favorite stuff to watch is.
Prelims with guys in tights? What are you talking about? Me wrestling?
Guys in tights, freaking grabbing and poking each other and putting their hands all over each other's bodies.
Jesus.
I know we got to laugh on that one.
Bryce wants to bail too. All right, Bryce.
Bryce said he's out. Boy, it looks like 4Blue's winning the popularity contest here so far.
I told you nobody likes me.
What do you mean sublime feelings don't matter? What are you talking about? UFC, it's over. It's over. I'm going to bed soon. You got to work in the morning, Mob? Oh, that's right. You got some day shifts coming up.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, thanks for coming on, Carmob. I appreciate that.
Oh, and Carmob, I couldn't wait anymore, Boro. I had to crack it. He knows what I'm talking about. But he's very understanding. He's like, it's all good, bro. It's like I never said. I'll never know what I missed. Between your notification and Charlie's notification, it's too funny. Nice Sparks car on a 69 Mark 1 to add to. Oh, nice, Karma.
You said the temperature, but then you said it feels like. I said feelings don't matter. Facts is what matter.
Oh, you go put your ass outside my house for about an hour. Those feelings are going to matter. Trust me.
The difference is, I deal with cold all the time. So what I feel like might be different than your feelings.
Your weather is pretty close to mine.
Oh yeah.
If anything, warmer usually.
Mine gets cold enough that it hurts in the bones.
The reserve 10 millimeter. Well, kind of funky. It was an unexpected, really shiny 10 millimeter that I came across and planned on, not using that socket until I saw Karma, but it was just too tough to resist to torque down that bolt. You know what I mean?
He moved to what's Boss Man to Gus's? What's that?
So I moved to Boss Man. What? What's he talking about? So I moved to Boss Man to Gus's. Is he talking about the Goonie Goo Goo?
Is there a guy named Gus that has a live stream right now?
I don't know. The top shelf. Damn right, Mustang likes the. We got 2 feet of snow, but overall we got more. Yeah. What the fuck is Goonie Goo Goo?
It's something to do with the movie that he was talking about. They watched a goofy ass movie, it sounds like, and that talk like babies or something. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. What movie are you talking about? Sublime.
900 horsepower Mustang just showed up.
You talking about the Goonie Goo Goo?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's Eddie Murphy comedy routine, though. Eddie Murphy Raw.
Oh.
you hear me, Sublime?
What?
The 902 rear wheel horsepower guy just showed up.
Oh no, he's sorry. You know what? I just realized that, Pig. Sorry, you have too much power. You have graduated from this power group, so you're gonna have to go call and hang out with Ken and Boosted and them, all high horsepower guys.
Yeah, you gotta hang out with the Street Outlaw guys.
It's kind of like the veteran and the pro class. We were the veterans. So you're gonna have to move up to that pro class, sir. So move along.
Hey, but you go ahead and go over there. We're cooler though.
He said Gus is in my snow village.
Oh, that's what he's talking about.
I don't
Okay.
know, but he moved Boss Man to Gus's. What? I don't know, man.
Hold on, wait. So I moved to Boss Man to Gus's.
Yeah, and then he says this.
Because in his village that he's got a shop there. I believe it's called Gus's. I'm not sure what it's called. I forget, but basically he moved something from one to another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks, Funky.
Car mob, too much power, my ass. Oh, look at
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Well, see, technically, Car Mob's still in this group because he still has the 500, which is still in that moderate range. He owns a car that puts him still in this group, even though he owns another one that would put him in the pro class. So, Pigs, on the other hand, he's got one, and it's only one that's locked him into the pro class now.
Yeah, I still got my Focus, and that's slow.
Oh,
That's true. That's true. Okay.
it's the Alabama guy.
It's almost negative.
Hey,
Georgia. Get it right.
I thought it was Georgia. I thought it was Alabama.
You don't live in Alabama.
I don't even know damn Alabama. Don't insult me like that.
Oh, I thought you liked the Crimson Tide.
No.
Oh.
I'm a dog fan.
Hey, boss man, while Salty's not looking at some point, go into the settings and change his name to Roll Tide Yo.
Survive.
No, I already ate sausage today. Thanks. How'd that breakfast look, buddy?
Look good.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
All that horsepower, you got to keep the horsepower to the wheels now.
What's up, Mark?
Take
What's up,
care,
Bob?
Bob. If you're
What's up,
out,
Funky?
have a good one, brother. Yeah,
Later, Bob.
Yeah, how are you going to keep the wheels to the ground?
He's got 900, not 1,500.
S550 is a heavy pig. He ain't got no problem keeping the wheels on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he's rolling with 15 plus, he ain't got to worry about too much.
Oh, come
No.
on. He's still going to have an issue.
No, if his wheels go off the ground, it's going to be for all of a second, and it's going to come right back down. It's not like it's going to be a wheel stander at 900.
They ain't gonna go off the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he could. I mean, if he gets a good launch, he could get him off for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go up and down.
but that's all. He's gonna have to hit the. He's gonna have to hit the launch right. It's according to how high he. According to how high he
I
wants to
keep
leave.
forgetting he's got a manual. I keep forgetting him. He's got a manual too.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to go on slicks, not radials. So
Oh no, he's definitely getting a slick setup. He's getting a drag pack setup for it. Yeah,
yeah.
he's getting some 17s with some ET Street R's.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, hey, Pinks, you had the Ben Callender Stage 3, right?
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
What's up, Blue?
he's away from his phone.
Oh, not much.
Well, let me ask you
Get a
something. Did
drink.
you get a chance to work on your shit today or somebody else's shit?
Other people's.
Oh, okay.
Still not my own stuff.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
No, Pink's. Oh, Pink's back. Okay. No, I was asking you about your
Yeah.
Stage 3. What was up with that? You had a bad third gear or something?
Yeah, I guess I destroyed my third gear somehow.
How many miles on it?
Less than 1,000.
Oh boy, that makes me nervous.
that's what I like to hear, Funky.
Well, I have to think it had to do with when I broke the rear end again and didn't know it was broken, and I was damaging a bunch of stuff at the same time.
Oh, okay. So you had something else.
Yeah, something else broke.
Now, how'd you break the rear end? You didn't have the whip on there yet, right?
No, I didn't. I broke the rear end twice.
Jeez, under stock power.
Yeah, I think I stiffened up too much in the rear, so I'm going to loosen it all back up again. I'm gonna
What you mean? You adjusted your suspension in the rear? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I did, but I have hard bushings, aluminum bushings, hard mount, bunch of stuff.
Oh, for like road course stuff.
Well, no, it was actually meant to help keep it straight when I was on the track takeoff. But I also have to learn to slip my clutch on takeoff now.
Dude, I would go back and watch some of Ken's videos. I'm sure you probably remember how he used to launch his 500. He had a fairly unique way of launching his stick car, and it seemed to work pretty good. He'd like have it at 3,000, and then right before he's getting ready to release the clutch, he would spike the gas pedal to like 6,000, and then on its way down, when it hit about 5,000, is when he would start letting out the clutch, and it would launch pretty good. He would get some pretty good 60-foot times. I'll say that.
You gotta remember,
slip the
Ken
clutch a little bit.
had a watt box on his too.
On the 500,
Yeah.
I don't think in the very beginning he did though.
No, not at the beginning, but it wasn't long after he bought the car. He put the watt box on.
Yeah.
I don't remember him having a watt box.
Yeah, he had a watt box on the 500.
Oh, you're talking about the Terminator, Funky. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of the Fox body.
Well, I have a slot box. I just don't have it installed.
What's up, buddy?
Okay, there you go. There you go.
No way.
Yeah, a watt box will help you out a lot, man.
Yeah. Well. But still, I am gonna, because when I went to the hard mount bushings on my rear subframe, you can't undo that. It basically you damage the frame getting the old bushings out. So I have another frame. I have another subframe that I bought off of eBay. Got it actually really cheap. Even delivered, it was $189.
Damn.
And it's in great shape. But it's funny, when it delivered, it was so much weight, and most of the weight was actually the pallet I put it on. I couldn't 2 arms, and I had trouble moving the pallet around, but I can grab the subframe and move it around with 1 arm.
This is the IRS suspension, right?
Yeah. So, but I've got a new one, and it's in great shape. It's actually better than mine was, because it looks like it has little to no mileage on it.
Right.
I'll tell you somebody else's video would be good to watch too, and that was Pony, because he had all that sticky shit. His
I've
rear end,
watched
too.
that. I've watched.
Yeah, Pony snapped his bolts in there. I mean, it sounds like the IRS has a pretty good problem with it or something,
I snapped my bolts, and then I upgraded them to the 12.9s from Steeda, and then I snapped those.
Did you ever do your pumpkin like he did his? He drilled all the way through his pumpkin and
I
put
did
bolts
not.
and nuts on his.
I hadn't done that because I didn't watch it until after I found out I snapped them again.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So no offense to Pony at all, but I think Ken launched better with the stick than Pony did, only because I watched a lot of Pony's runs, and his wheels are still spinning pretty hard coming out of the hole. You know what I mean?
Well, you're pretty much going to do that with slicks because that's what they're designed to do. You're designed to gain wheel speed.
Yeah, but freaking Ken didn't have
Slicks
nearly
are
wheel
different.
spin.
Slicks are totally different than radials.
Yeah, well, Ken, they were both running the same tire. Ken was running the street R. Yeah.
So there's 2 street R's. There's bias ply and radials on the street R's.
Oh, true.
And I have bias plies, and my wife has radials, but since she says she's not running anymore, I have a set of each.
Oh, there you go. Hey, hell, shit, that worked out good.
And then I still have my Nittos, which are still good. I should probably retire them after 4 years, but they didn't get enough use.
I took the car to the mission station yesterday. Failed.
Ooh.
Really?
Good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well,
Did you, was it throwing a code?
Unfortunately, on my part, I'm not the greatest with this new ECU junk. And the car, of course, sat in the garage for about a week. So when I went out there, the battery was dead. So I had to jump it. So I jumped it, took it out for a drive. And then before I went into emissions, the tune that was in the car is a cam to idle lope tune. And I didn't know if that was going to affect emissions with the spark being all over the place. So I went back to a normal regular tune, and I didn't know this, that when you when you put the new tune in the car, you revert the computer back to clearing everything out of it. So the computer thinks, oh, you just did something funny. So when they plugged into it, it said that the computer wasn't ready to test.
Yeah, that basically means you just need to drive the car for another 20 miles or so to reset it.
Yeah, but I never knew all that stuff about the computers. I didn't realize that.
I worked at the emissions for a while.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Hey,
he told me, he goes, your computer isn't reading. He goes, did you unplug the battery? I go, well, no, it died. And then I talked to Ken, and I told Ken what I did. He goes, oh, you reset the tune. He goes, that's going to do it anyways. So I was like, oh, I go, okay. He goes, yeah, you got to drive it for a while to get the computer to start reading everything.
What are you using to jump? What are you using to jump your car off with? Jumper cables or something like that?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
I'm not using a battery charger no more because I bought $150 expensive charger and it almost fried the car.
You mean like a trickle flow charger?
No, it's some
No, a
kind
battery
of
charger.
Amazon, not Amazon brand, but I forget the name of it. But it was some brand that Amazon was selling. It was supposed to be a smart charger where it can go from trickle charge to 50 amp to 200 amp full start on a dead battery. It's supposed to be able to read it and sense all these things and stuff. And all
It wasn't a battery tender, was it?
No.
No.
Get on, and it's supposed to know what you need.
Gotcha.
And I hooked it up. I tried to start the car. Next thing you know, freaking it blew out one of my headlights. And it was doing all kinds of weird stuff. So I thought it was frying the car. So I yanked it off the battery. And now if I need to jump it, I just jump it off my truck.
Well, let me ask you something. Was your radio working before that?
Yep.
And now your radio's not working?
Yep. Well, actually, here's the thing. The radio was working before it. Something popped inside the car because I saw a puff of smoke and I heard the pop.
At the same time?
Yeah.
When the battery jumper did that shit?
Yep.
Where'd the puff of smoke come from?
I don't know.
That's what I was
around the steering wheel dashboard area.
The fuse box.
That's what I was asking. I was going to ask for Blue.
I understand where you're going with that, but here's the thing. I drove the car after I jumped it down the street to the dealership to get the battery changed, and the radio worked the entire time on the way down there. And then when they switched the battery to the new battery, that's when it quit. It doesn't work ever again.
Okay,
yeah, but what I was
you know what happened? I think it's the same thing that happened to one of my old Focuses, and this is an old Focus. I bet you have wires in your dash that are burnt up and have no insulation on them anymore. You might want to check that because it may have overloaded one and fried it. And that happened in mine, and it had fried an entire circuit, and none of the lights worked. That's what it had hurt. But yours could just be one of the radio wires. And when they put the new battery in that had more power to it, it was finally able to cause it to just finally fry.
Well, see, that's what I was going to ask Blue, since he's more up to on this today's electronics and bullshit more than I am. Blue, instead of using jumper cables like on this new shit with all this computers and all that shit, isn't there like a something you're supposed to use to not use jumper cables to not call something like that?
I like the one off the Snap-on truck. Hang on.
The jump box.
Because I know sometimes you can burn up a damn alternator. Because I burned up the one of my mom's old car
You're
that
never
way.
supposed to have. You're never supposed to jump start a car with the car you're jumping with running.
I like the jump box off the Snap-on truck.
There you go. That is nice.
Wait, is it the car you're supposed to be jumping with? It's supposed to be running?
No, you are
What?
not. The reason you're not is because you at that point, once it starts, you have two alternators working against each other.
That ain't gonna hurt shit.
Actually, it will. It can.
Nope.
In your
I've heard
cars,
that.
it's
I've heard
not
that, and I don't know if that's. I've heard about the same thing, Pinks, but I don't know. I kind of throw it out
Generally,
there.
what
I
it'll
think
do
it's,
is
I think
blow
it's
the
a myth.
diode in one of the alternators.
Now keep in mind, every time I jump a car, as soon as the other car starts, I run to disconnect both sets. You know what I mean?
You
Or-
don't need
that.
to. That is not true. It is not truthful facts.
Uh-oh.
We
You're saying
run
Mythbuster.
multiple alternators on our stereo equipment cars. When we build big stereos, we put 5 and 6 and 7 alternators on these cars. So that isn't true. They don't care. They all will put out the same voltage. Huh?
I have two alternators in my truck, but it's not on a lot of the newer cars. I have seen it happen. I've watched it happen. Somebody was jumping a car, and because of something about the power, it shorted out their system.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Nissan and a Nissan.
Ah, there we go. There's the answer.
Well, I don't know if that's the answer. I have never heard of that.
Foreign shit.
The only thing I have seen is
you come outside.
the disconnecting and the hooking up of the jumper cables. That spark you get sometimes when you go to hook up the battery and you get a spark. I have seen that cause an issue. But I've never actually seen or heard of an issue with the alternators having too much juice.
What they're saying now, it's not too much juice. It's not having too much juice. It's only really with older cars. It doesn't seem to matter. With like anything like up to like 2000, doesn't seem to matter. Some of these newer alternators are electronic alternators. And when they talk to each other, basically, when you've got them on jumper cables and they're both running, they can damage each other. Now, an older car jumping a new car isn't a problem. But two new cars jumping each other can be a problem. They say it's just better to just hook it up to the battery and start it off of their battery. The other cars just you turn everything off, and you're just basically using their battery to start your car.
I've never heard that. I have heard of people saying that there's issues with it, but I do know that most of the new cars, the voltage regulators aren't turned on and off by the ignition switch or on and off by the RPMs no more. The voltage regulator is completely controlled by the ECU on these newer cars. So there might be something in some of the cars that has issues with reading voltage that's too much or reading a higher voltage from another car. But what I'm going to lean towards most likely is that the spark or the initial jolt or something like that might be the problem, or that the car that was jumping with it, the one that was jumping the dead car, may have had a voltage regulator issue or a PCM issue that caused it.
That may be, but I just know that manufacturers now are saying to not jump cars with a running car. And it's to cover them, too. It's mostly to cover them. Because if something goes wrong, they don't want it to be their fault. Most people just use jump boxes now if they have them. I prefer a jump box anyway. Like what you have, that Snap-on one. Those are great.
Well, like I was trying to jump. This thing has full voltage. It's got 14.7 voltage, and it wouldn't jump a Chevy today.
Oh, okay.
I
Like,
tried
truck.
and tried. I let it sit on there on that Chevy truck. It would go click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I cleaned the battery terminals. It still went click, 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 click.
Really?
So I ran jumper cables from my little Ford Escort, and it went vroom.
Nice.
I know.
But it took the jump box and the Ford Escort to get it to start.
What
Yeah.
engine were you trying to start?
A 5.3 shitty truck.
Really? Those are usually
Yeah.
I'd never had a problem with my 5.3.
I've heard of that too. If you have such a dead
I
battery,
have two batteries in my
box
truck.
won't
so-
work.
I have
It
two
just
batteries and two
Blue, it
alternators.
just took a Ford to get it started. That was all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Bob like that. Yeah, right.
I will have to say that I have started many cars and trucks with an old Escort.
He sprayed
What's up,
it.
fat boy?
That little motherfucker.
Or Fox.
Hey, I've found sometimes that when you gotta try to jump a vehicle that maybe you don't have enough juice, even if you left the vehicle off, that you need to start the jumping vehicle.
Well,
I picked
the
it
one
up.
thing
It definitely
I've-
did.
I have read
Set it on my
in some
chest, and I
things
realized it.
from manufacturers is they say go ahead and hook it up,
Bucket
run
full
the
brick.
car,
Well, he made
get
it. He
run,
made the decision that it's his.
but shut it off before you start the other one.
Yeah, I use a jumper pack now. I don't use a jump box anymore.
Wait, what's the difference?
I ordered it's a little jumper pack. What it is it's a little battery. It's got a little set of jumper cables on it. You just charge it up and you just jump your cars off with it. It's badass, man. It's not
It's
much
the
bigger
little
than a
small
cell
one,
phone.
right?
So what now?
The little small one you charge with like a USB.
Yeah. Mine's called a Nyko. Mine's damn
I mean,
good, dude.
I have Nyko
Jumper
chargers.
boxes are nice because they're convenient, but I've
Mine's awesome. I can jump my brother's Duramax diesel off with it. No
I
problem
found
at all.
some of them are so weak that you they'll be full charge. You go to hook them up and they just don't do the job.
What's up, Gary?
Yeah, the little jumper packs, man. I love that damn thing.
The setup for the diesels I have is they come with the dual battery setup and dual alternators.
Mike Hall, what's up?
Yeah, like I said, my brother's damn Duramax diesel, man. I can jump it off in a heartbeat. It's not even a problem.
Right. Hey, all I know is I'm gonna drive it around a little bit longer. I was gonna park it for the winter. I gotta drive it now because I got 60 days to try to get it through emissions. I'll put some more miles on it, and then I'm gonna park it. And when I do, I'm disconnecting the battery.
Yeah, I usually keep a battery tender on mine if they're gonna sit in the.
I have one. I gotta find it, but I don't want the battery tender to be sitting on because my car has extra wires going to the positive side of the cable.
Yeah.
Obviously something's powering it, and I think that's what the problem was with this jumper box that I had that was supposed to be really good. I threw it on a 200 amp charge to try to start the car, and the thing maybe backfed too much power through those wires hooked to the battery side, positive side of the battery. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. I don't know if that's true or not, but
It's probably true.
I'm literally just going to park the car in the garage once it passes emissions, hopefully in a couple days, by next weekend. I'm going to drive it, get some miles on it, pass emissions. Then I'm going to throw it in the garage, pull the cables off, and see if I can find my tender and put it on there. And then when it comes time to take it out of storage next spring, out of the garage, it should be good to go.
He's salty.
Yeah.
Jump box, yeah. You said it was a Nyko, right?
Yes, a Nyko.
Yeah. So I have Nyko battery tenders that are meant to be installed in your car, and then they just have a plug. And if it's an older car and you're willing to do it, you can they have a plug you can mount on the fender of your car with a closed lid, so you can just plug an extension cord into it.
Yeah, that's what we done on my brother's boat. We put a Nyko charger
Or
like
it
you're
has
talking
an
about.
extension cord that you can hang out from the hood or underneath.
Yeah, like that. We done that to my brother's boat. It's a dual charger. It'll jump both of his charge both of his batteries at the same time in his boat.
Okay. The one I
Yeah.
have is meant. It's a little teeny one that just fits in the battery box with the battery.
Yeah, that's what his is. His is not big at all, man.
Little teeny one. Mine doesn't do anything other than like slow trickle charge. Keep something charged with like a race car if you're going to leave it sitting for months.
Yeah, I love the Nyko, man. I'm a true believer in that brand. And, I was real skeptical at first. My oldest brother bought one, and I was still back then using a jumper box and jumper cables and stuff. He's like, man, you don't need that stuff no more. Let me show you what you need to buy. Then he showed me his, and I was like, well, shit, I'll just order one and try it. And I've ordered shit. I've had it like 2.5 years. Shit, I love the hell out of it, man.
Your mind kind of thing.
So what now?
Was that a you show me yours, I'll show your mine kind of thing? What?
No. I was just happened to be down at his house one day, and his lawnmower was dead. And I said, well, I'll just pull my truck around there and we'll jump off his lawnmower. He goes, oh, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. Let me show you what I got. And he pulled that little jumper pack out of the dash of his little S10 and throwed it on his lawnmower and jumped it off. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Oh, hey,
So I bought the 900 cold cranking amp ones. And like I said, it'll jump my brother's Duramax diesel off in a heartbeat. Like, it's no big deal at all.
What do you guys think of that brand battery tender itself? It's called battery tender.
I've
I
been
like
using
them.
battery tenders for years.
Because I have one around here somewhere. I just got to find it. I moved.
Yeah, I kept a battery tender on my damn Harley Davidson all year round.
Yep.
Okay.
I
And it's
used a
not
battery tender on my Roush just in the wintertime. And when that car was 4 years old, 17, 20, well, almost 4 years old, that battery was still like brand new.
Yeah, that's the way mine was on my bike.
Oh, hey, Zach, do you mind doing me a favor, buddy? You mind stepping in the chat for a little bit so Gary can hop up here?
Yep.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bud.
Welcome.
It helps because my Harley set more than I drove it, so I kept a battery tender on it all the
Hey,
time.
thank you, Zach. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate it, Zach.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
Hey, Pinks, you running stock exhaust in that car?
Yeah.
Shit, no, that motherfucker's loud as hell.
I have
Okay,
a custom
all
exhaust.
right, here we go. Let's go. Let's get some talking going. What do you guys recommend for exhaust? I talked to Kent yesterday.
I went custom.
I'm probably going to order the turbos a lot sooner than I thought. And
Look at Four Blue.
You're running twin turbos. You fucking run fender exit on that bitch with bullhorns. End
Oh
of
my
story.
God! Here we
No,
go.
he's not going to do
Here
that
we
on it.
go.
He's not going. He's not going to do that on the boss, man. He's not going to cut holes in the boss fenders.
They're coming out of the hood, man. They're going to have straight pipes coming straight out.
Yeah. That's how you make a coyote sound good.
Well, I'm
ST
sorry,
boy.
This
Hold
is
on,
like-
man. Here.
Blue. I'm sorry, but is there any way to make a coyote actually sound good?
Only
there is.
turbos and fender
Couldn't say.
exit. That's it.
I'm a fan of the coyote, but believe me, it does not. It sounds like shit compared to a
I
damn
don't
push rod.
like the sound of a coyote, so I had a custom exhaust made that makes it sound better.
So just tie in 3-inch exhaust off of your turbos and run it back under the car, stock all the way out. And you don't need mufflers because since you have twin turbos, those are your mufflers.
There you go.
So
So
so pretty much what you're saying is just put a 3-inch exhaust off the downpipes with the
All
cats
the way to the back bumpers with no
and,
mufflers.
and no mufflers.
Yep.
Yeah, but question: will his car pass emissions after that point?
If it'll pass emissions with the turbos, it should pass
Emissions
emissions
only,
that way.
My state
Okay.
only requires catalytic converters. They don't care about mufflers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say because his car right now don't have the turbos on it. So after he puts the turbos on it, and they don't have mufflers or catalytic converters and none of that shit, will it pass emissions at that point?
It should.
Yep. If he can get it,
I'm going with those Jesse high flow green cats.
I'm gonna tell you something. A vehicle don't need a muffler and it don't need a cat to pass emissions.
right?
No, the car would. Yeah, you're exactly. The car will probably pass emissions without the cats, but they plug into the computer. Our state requires not to have any computer codes on. So
Shit, they still do this
Well,
sniffer test down here, dude. They still stick
If
the
the
shit up your
tune
tailpipe.
if the tune is correct, you can take the cats off and it won't throw any codes.
yeah, you can't.
see,
do
that's
that.
what I've heard too. I've heard of guys going to emissions with no cats and still passing
You can't
with,
do
with
that.
tunes.
So
The
with
computer.
tunes.
From what I understand, when they plug into the OBD2 ports. Now I don't know for sure, but I've been told the computer software will look at the tune on the car, the ECU, and if that part of the system where it says turns off codes for cats is off, it's going to fail you.
It shouldn't be able to look that deep into your code.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when we took the Cadillac converters off and we crossed the help me out here, Blue Gauge. We had a wire, we crossed right into the plugs.
A
the
diode. You put a diode in so the computer thinks it's still reading.
Yeah.
So that's what they used to do back in the old days. But these S550s, I don't know if they can do it or not.
They still have cheater ways you can do it. I forget. Pink, you probably know how it is.
So you can get a
Fowler.
a defouler, which
A
works.
Fowler, that's it.
Those seem to work fine.
But
Not all the time.
there's ways around it. So the thing of it is, though, if they put a good tune on your car is going to go. Your car will pass emissions.
And my Audi S4,
Oh.
it has 4 wideband O2s that run into the computer, I guess is how it was figured. And the downstreams after the cat, you had to, when you delete the cats, you actually had to, you couldn't run the Fowler. It wasn't enough. So they actually had a 3-inch 90-degree thing that screwed in. It was a 90-degree that screwed into the O2 sensor bung, and then the O2 sensor screwed into that 90-degree elbow, and it read perfect and didn't set off a light.
So, but really, to be honest with
That
you,
is the defouler.
Ken is doing your tune and your turbos and everything, so he would be the proper person to ask.
Yeah.
About what?
I agree.
It'll have
Emissions.
Engine
And
lights, and everything
He'll
else.
tell you what he told me is you've got
I'm
a
gonna tell you
proper
right now,
tune that's legal.
The
And
tuner's
mine's
not
not
going to
throwing
do
any
anything.
lights.
Yes, tuner's not going to do anything illegal.
You have a proper tune that's legal, but mine doesn't have a light.
Yep, he's
So
not going to.
that's what I'm saying. If you're taking your car to Ken, I'm sure he will make sure you're taken care of.
Well, I
Yep.
have a couple different options. Probably, I got to talk with him still. I can.
But me
have-
personally,
I
3-inch
can have a
exhaust all the
tune.
way to the back bumper, no mufflers.
I
There you
can have a tune with the high flow cats on there, and then I thought about doing a diverter pipe that you flip a button, and
A lot of
then
work.
you can take the cats out of the equation.
I wouldn't even waste your time with high flow cats because a lot of those high flow cats, even though they're high flow cats, unless they're the one certain brand that Cooler mentioned one night, he said a lot of them will still burn out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean, my
Well,
thing
he's
is,
probably talking about Jesse's. Jesse's
So-
are $700 a piece, and they each cat can flow 850 horsepower.
That
Okay,
sounds about right.
And I'm
So-
going to have 2, so that means each pipe will be able to hold 850 horsepower, and I'm not putting each side of the engine isn't putting out 800 horsepower, so it's putting out half that if it's that much. So
So
I
if
should
you-
be able to flow no problem.
if you do what Ford Blue does, it's going to sound good, but put you some bullets, some dyno bullets on there, and that way you won't have that drone inside your car.
right.
What is dyno bullets?
And it's just like an open
Some
muffler.
race mufflers.
It's a
Yeah.
race.
Yeah, but does turbos create drone? I've never had a set of turbos, so I don't know. So
No, they don't.
No, but
Okay.
loud exhaust does.
What does?
Loud exhaust creates drone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, though, with the turbos, and if he ran a 3-inch exhaust all the way to the back bumper, it wouldn't be loud except for when he stands on it wide open throttle.
And you know what? How are you not going to having all that power?
I was going to say, there you go,
Yeah,
Gary.
but he'd be
That's
able
the
to
whole
drive
reason
it
of installing
around.
it, right?
But what I'm saying
I
is,
thought about going with like a Borla catback
Borla's good, but it's not
or
good.
Corsair, or I mean,
I
I just don't know what brand to look
I-
at.
I
Fence
went,
looking
Corsa Gaze.
Huh?
You got to
Corsa
remember, though, boss
Gaze.
man, you got to remember on a turbo, you need an open chamber exhaust muffler. You don't need a closed chamber.
and that's why I say go with the Dynamax bullets.
yep.
What I
I
would
think that's
do
what's in mind in Mach
personally,
1.
what I would do personally if it was my build, run a 3-inch exhaust with an X pipe
Yeah.
and not a full true X either. One of the X pipes that just touch each other and come off,
Yep.
and run it all the way to the very back and then put your quad tips back on it. and then that's it.
I don't have quad tips. I have
That's
single
the way
tip.
my X pipe.
Oh,
is.
okay.
I have
That's the
single
way
tip.
my X pipe.
Oh,
is.
okay.
That's the way the X
Okay.
pipe is. On.
Yeah.
Why an X pipe and not an H pipe?
X pipe's going to equalize the sound, and it'll get rid of a lot of the drone. Any of the drone, X pipe will remove most of the drone. It'll equalize everything.
X pipes apparently are supposed to give you more horsepower than an H, but it's like a 1 or 2 horsepower.
X-pipe,
I have
X-pipe.
an H pipe because I like the sound better.
Right, but the H pipe sound good on a muscle car. There's no doubt. Like my Mach 1 has got an 8, my 70's got a H pipe, but my new one has a X pipe, like Fort Blue says. But I'm going to tell you what happens with the X pipe. You get better flow through your exhaust than you do with the H pipe.
Oh yeah, you do.
And
See, that's another thing with turbos. I don't know if you really want to run an H pipe because, like I said, you need an open chamber muffler, and you don't want an H. You want an X so it can flow freely. So,
But
and those dyno guys on YouTube, I can't remember who they are. The ones that are always dynoing all the different shit with the engines, the mufflers, the exhaust, the headers.
yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of their names.
The one, oh God, who
They
are they?
dynoed straight exhaust, then put a H pipe in it, and it picked up like 7 or 8 horsepower and 7 or 8 foot-pounds of torque. Then they put an X in it, and it picked up another 7 or 8 horse and 7 or 8 foot-pounds of torque. So that was on a 350 Chevy on the dyno, and it made that kind of power more.
I
Damn.
don't know if you can see that. That's what's under my car.
Put the full screen for a second, boss man.
Hold on a
I'm
second.
trying to figure out how to do this.
Let me grab my phone. Hold on a
Click
second.
on there,
before
you
do that. Hold on one second. Let me see that.
That is an H pipe.
What the hell is that? I mean,
Custom exhaust, basically.
Kind of looks like ovaries.
I've never
Now,
seen
that's a
that.
first. That's the first, Blue.
Where's the H pipe at? I don't see it connecting.
All the way in the
Close
front.
to the headers.
Pete, you got to hold your phone closer to the screen. That way you
just
don't
put
get
it
the glare.
closer.
Zoom it in. Like if I go too close, then it doesn't. There we go.
You can see where the cross pipe is right there.
See,
Wow.
they cross right up underneath the
Yeah,
tires.
that's I've never seen
Yeah.
an H pipe like that before.
That's because
That's like
I
right
had
up under the bell housing, right?
I was
Yeah.
doing it. I was doing it for the sound, and
No.
you can't really see the back end of it much.
Really, to be honest with you, boss.
Oh, here it is. Here it is from the looking at it from the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that collector's right into it.
But you know, the thing about it is, boss man, we could sit here and talk about this all night long, but
Mm-hmm.
you really need to speak with Ken because
Yep.
Ken knows, he knows what the tuner's going to do. He knows, you know what I'm saying? He's done this so many times. He knows way more than we do, really.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Gary on that.
You know,
Oh,
so
he
Ken's
knows-
really,
He
you
knows
know,
his shit, but my exhaust was on there when he got my car, so it stayed on there. And I had my exhaust made, and I had it specifically tuned to make the Coyote sound more like a muscle car and less like a Coyote.
Okay.
Because
I like
I
the sound of the Coyote.
don't like the sound of a Coyote. I really don't.
All
I
right,
like
here's-
Yeah, me neither.
I
No,
like-
I'm saying I like the sound of it. It just don't sound as good as a push rod.
I
Hey,
prefer a push rod. Yeah, exactly. I
I
prefer.
like the sound of the Coyote, but I like the sound of my 7351 Cleveland better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hey,
That sounds
Ford
awesome.
Blue Gauge. Here you go. Is this what you're
I
talking
agree
about?
with you
H-pipe?
there, Gary. Ain't man, a 70 a Cleveland
No,
sounds
that's
really good.
no. Can you click on that?
No,
And make
that's
it
a full
bigger.
X. That's a hard X.
That's
right?
a true. No, that's a true X. That's not the kind I'm talking about. Since you're running twin turbos, you don't want a full X. You want one that just comes into itself and goes out.
Yeah.
Google a different one.
I'll tell you what, just boss man, the best thing to do is ask Ken because remember he had twin turbos with a full exhaust, so he'll tell
Right.
you what you need, buddy.
So basically, is what Ford Blue's talking about is just butting the pipe together.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a merge pipe. It's a merge X. Just just
all
go
you're
back
doing is
to
cutting a
Google
quarter
and
moon in each
Google it.
pipe. Really, is all you're doing.
There.
Yeah, just go Google X pipe.
I think the Flowmaster actually connects too, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think pipes is the one that I'm talking about,
Oh,
or
okay.
like the one I'm talking
Those
about.
are
The middle one. Click on
If
the
I'm
middle
right,
one.
didn't Ken have a pipes exhaust system on his car at one time? If I remember correctly.
That
I can't see it.
The
Can you make it
performance
bigger?
Amp-on X pipe. You'd have to like click on it and go into it.
That one and that one does look pretty close to what I'm talking about.
The non-chambered X.
Yeah, you don't want a true X with the twin turbos because if one side for some reason has more back pressure than the other, it can cause a little bit of back purge in the turbo.
That's not good.
And you don't want that. Seeing, I'm having a hard time seeing.
how do
So
I make this?
hang on.
Right there. X pipe. The one that
How do I
Middle
make?
So the Cook's X pipe right there at the bottom.
Is this a full X screen?
Hey,
What?
so if you look right in the middle of the screen, you can see the full come down, go down one. Now go over to my left. One more. Right there. That is the kind I'm talking about right there. That is what I'm talking about. It'll equalize it, but it won't fully merge it.
Guys, damn good thing we're not checking, getting opinions on boot sizes. Hell, we'd be here all night.
You know,
I
got
guided him right where I wanted him.
So Sublime. When Sublime's hitting the 10 millimeter, does he have an X pipe or does he have an H pipe?
Oh, it's
He's
an X
probably
pipe.
hitting with an H.
No, it's an X. It's full flow.
because it's scattered faster.
It's full flow. Oh yeah.
Shit, that's just a straight pipe.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna run. So
Yeah, it is. That's probably the best description. It's a straight pipe.
look at I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that Car Mob's car, his GTR has an X pipe under it.
Does it?
I think so. With his twin turbos, he's got that full titanium like $7,000 exhaust under that thing, and I think it's an X pipe.
Probably.
Give me a second, guys. I got to mute for just for a minute.
Because I swear I remember when he showed the fucking photos of the engine hanging on the cradle, getting ready to go back into the car. I think in that photo it had that X pipe in that titanium exhaust.
I think Mark's crazy. He's wanting you to put in an L pipe.
Well, it looks like probably next week I'll be ordering the turbos. I think because I gotta get. I guess it's gonna take like 4 to 6 weeks to get them made. So
91LX. It's not Richard Holdner. It's the dudes from the one dude that used to be on Roadkill and the Dodge dude. Fuck.
So I need an open chamber muffler, huh? Who makes that? Like Corsair? The Attack?
Corsair.
Oh,
Corsair is.
Dyno
Not
makes-
Corsair. I mean Corsa. I meant Corsa. I'm
I'm
thinking
like Corsair. The hell?
Borla
Finnegan, yeah.
Borla
And Steve
Attack mufflers,
Dulcich, yes.
probably, right?
Yes, Engine Masters. Fucking A, that's the one.
Engine Masters. I love that show.
Yes, they're the ones that dynoed straight pipe with H pipe and X pipe.
91 dropping the knot.
Episode.
And then they also dynoed small tube headers versus big tube headers. And then they were talking about how all the time when we're putting headers on our car, we have to ding our headers in. And people are always talking about when you ding your headers in, how you're losing horsepower. And they put them on the dyno and proved it that it doesn't. You could bang your header 3/4 of the way shut and it still doesn't hurt nothing. Hang
Full
on.
screen.
Yes, bullet mufflers. Fucking
Hey,
love bullet mufflers.
Put that full screen. There you go.
Oh yes, loud and
Those are
nasty.
bullet mufflers.
Yes,
Hold on one second. So that's basically what the inside looks like through because they're kind of like straight through.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, resonators.
Basically,
Holy shit, that's gonna be loud.
Hey, do you know what glass
man,
pack
it
is?
sounds good, baby.
It's basically a shorter, bigger around glass pack.
All right, here we go.
So Gary, you asked if I was doing an H pipe or an X pipe when I'm 10 millimeter, and what I want to know is when you walked in the door today, after purchasing that vehicle, were you singing the song? Oh, I'm an ST boy. I'm an ST boy.
Hey, here you go, Ford Blue Gauge.
Hang on, you still got Mach 1 on. Okay.
Here you go. Which one are you thinking? Like something like this?
No, I like that bottom one in the middle.
This
Yep,
one?
right there. For what you're doing, yep, that right there.
That's exactly what you need.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's our performance. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a full X. It's not a full merge. And the chamber typer. So if you type in Jones Brother X pipe, if you type in Jones Brother X pipe, you'll see the kind that I run on my natural aspirated cars.
Jones brother.
Mm-hmm. Or also full bore X pipe.
Can you guys see this or no?
Yeah.
That's what
So I
Jones-
run true X's on my NA cars. They are.
Jones exhaust systems.
Yep. X pipe. Yep.
Right here.
Well, it hasn't reloaded, so we're still stuck on the same thing on the page you got for us.
Oh, all right, hold on.
What you should do, boss man, is click on the image that we're looking at now and make that full screen. This way it'll eliminate us and
I
just
don't
make
know how
it
to
look
do that. Oh, here
the
we
same
go.
way you make somebody else full screen. Click on that screen
Here we go. I forgot
on
to
the
hit
big screen.
this time.
and then say full screen layout.
Yeah, so if you click on that, you'll see the X and you'll see what I'm talking about.
What the hell? It won't zoom in.
I think if you do a Ford Blue Gauge, I think you'd be happy with it.
It won't let me zoom in.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if you do what he said, but if you need a muffler on there, I'd definitely go with those dynos, that bullet.
And with those bullet mufflers, you can run them one way, or you can turn them around and run them the other way. One way will be louder than the other. I always, when I run the bullet mufflers, I always put them on for the loudest as possible because I want to piss people off.
Yeah.
But since you're going to run the turbos, since you have twin turbos, your exhaust isn't going to be nearly as loud as you think with no mufflers because the mufflers are a mechanical mechanical muffler.
Right. Well, here's the catalytic converters.
Watch you.
It's
So the
pretty much
pair
like-
of them's good for up to 850 horse.
No, 850 a piece,
Oh.
and I need two.
It's pretty much like the bullet.
Yeah.
Two, and it's gonna be
Yep.
it's gonna be this one right here probably.
3-inch.
EPA compliant.
3-inch inlet, 4.5-inch body, 7-inch overall, horsepower rating anywhere between 500 to 850.
Like I said, really, the Ken's the best person to talk to about that because you know he knows, he's done it, he's doing it every day. You know.
See this one here is for Gen 2 or newer, the 2017. It's got more cell count because the S550s need a different type of cell count for EPA standards. I talked with the guy already about all this because I was asking him the same thing. Why can't I use a Gen 2? And he said you don't need it.
What year's your car?
12.
Oh, okay.
Did you end up leaving that stuff out so we could have another one?
What?
Did you? Oh, no, I told you not to because we're going to have coffee in a little bit.
16s
Never mind.
to-
Huh?
I like how it says up to the 16 model year, but in 15 they switched to the Gen 2 Coyote.
Yeah, no, the Gen 1 is what they call their the cats, right? It's not referring to the Gen 1 Coyote engine.
So it changed though when they went for some reason.
You mean as far as EPA? Yes.
2017, even though the engine was
17 or higher, you need a more cell count in the catalytic converter because the EPA standards of the newer car
went up in 17.
is more strict, right? Because it's a newer vehicle. Because I asked him the same question. I said, well, how come? What's the difference between the Gen 1, Gen 2? And I go, it's got more cell count, less cell count. Do I need the more? And he said, no, you have an older car. You can get away with the 300 cell count. And he goes, you want actually less cell count because that way it won't restrict his flow as much. More cells you have, the more restriction you're going to get.
When I was in Washington, they quit doing emissions testing in 2020 or 21. Emissions testing shut down. They quit doing it.
Right.
And then
So, Boss Man, you're going to get the turbos, you said maybe next week?
Well, I'm going to order them. It'll probably be 4 to 6 weeks before I even get them. So
when do you plan on?
I'll probably get them.
When do you plan on taking your car to Ken?
Well, that's the question. We're trying to figure that one out because, like he said, it's a touchy situation because he's got to get the car there. He's got to rip it apart, start putting the turbo. Well, he's got to do the oil pump gears and all that stuff. But he's got to start putting the turbo kit on. You never know what kind of problems you're going to run into, And like all of a sudden he runs into a problem, and hey, I need to order this. Oh, well, that's 3 weeks out. That's 2 weeks out, 10 days, 5 days. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the problem. So we're trying to narrow that down.
Hicks didn't have any kind of those problems, though.
I'm thinking, no, you're right. You're right. That's why I'm trying to get everything up front. He's already got a lot of the stuff. I just need to get a hold of the turbos to get them made, done, get him here. And I'm going to try to dry fit it here. I'm going to take my turbo headers and try to put them on and get the downpipe to see if the V-band flanges. Because you remember, this turbo kit was made for Garrett, not Comp. So I got to make sure.
It was made for what?
It was made for Garrett turbos, not
Oh
Comp.
boy.
So
yeah, that'll be fun.
I already know that the V-band on the back of my downpipe is already different. Instead of a 3-inch V-band that Comp has, it's a 3 5/8 V-band. And Comp already said that they'll make it. They'll change the V-band on the back of the turbo to 3 5/8. So they'll customize it. So I've already got that part, but it's just everything else. Hopefully it all just Comp is pretty confident that if I just put their turbo on with the right V-band flange, that it'll all bolt right up.
Oh, I cringed when I heard you say that, dude. I cringed.
I don't want to run oil. I don't want to run oil lines. I don't want to run oil lines.
Why?
Because I don't want oil lines. I don't want to tap into my oil pan. I don't want to run oil lines. I don't want all the hassle of worrying about oil leaking out of the lines. Comp turbos is oilless and water cooled. That's it. Less hassle, less maintenance.
I never ran turbo, so I don't know.
If
I say scrap the whole project and go blow her.
She was here last night.
He said she was here last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never ran turbo. I mean, everything that I've ever had turbos on had oil. I never had a problem.
I've never had oilless turbos.
I commented on your wife's ST today. You didn't reply.
Yes, I did.
Oh, is it all-wheel drive? I haven't seen it, and it hasn't showed on my phone.
It is all-wheel drive.
Oh, then yes, fucking A.
And that's
look, we got a guy here doesn't know anything.
That's a 2.7 twin turbo, right?
He doesn't know about the oilless turbos.
I saw that. I saw that airbox and the double hose going down. I'm like, that's twin turbo, isn't it?
Yes, it is twin turbo.
Somebody want to tell him about the turbos? Yes,
I don't know about them either.
91LX, there's a company called Comp, C-O-M-P. They make oilless turbos.
Competition.
All you do is squirt pretty much like not axle grease. It's almost like doing a ball joint fitting grease. You squirt in a little nipple on the turbo every 3,000 miles, and it greases the turbo, and that's all you need to do. They actually make air-cooled ones now, too. You don't even need to run water anymore.
Okay.
But I'm not doing that because they're not under the car, so I'm not going to get the airflow.
Mm.
So they're going to be near the
Oh, you're
hood.
doing top mount?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. I understand you don't want to run oil, but it had been me. I'd have stuck with Garrett and I'd have ran oil. I just would have, because I'm used to oil lines on my turbos. Every one of them I've had.
Well, here's the thing that's kind of funny about it. When I called them about doing this kit, Armageddon themselves, they pretty much said that the new generation of Garrett turbos are different. They may not work anyways.
Oh, really?
See,
Yeah.
dude, if you just scrap this and go Pro Charger or Paxton, you ain't got to worry about the exhaust. You ain't got to worry about shit.
This is the turbo kit.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I don't like a high mount turbo kit because then they're getting a lot of that engine heat.
Yep.
I'd either have a mid or a low mount engine.
Yeah, but-
If I was going to do turbos, I'd want a mid or low mount.
No engine heat there, man. Going to cut the hood open.
Sure.
So, I mean, boss man, you did the research on all this. I don't know nothing about them, so I'm just asking.
I'm telling you,
Here's
bro.
what it's like when it's not in the car. This is on an engine. Oops, that's the kit.
I say, if it were me, I'd say forget it and do Pro Charger or Paxton. Some kind of centrifugal or ESS. if they make it.
No, Sublime. If it was you, you'd go buy a different car.
A Boss is a great motor, dude. Good car, great car. Great motor,
I
great
thought you
car.
had a badass Roush.
I did.
Yeah, instead of making upgrades, you went and bought a GT500 instead.
Dude, that Roush was upgraded. That Roush was massively upgraded. It had injectors. It had
I'm
pulleys.
pulling
It
your
had,
leg.
you bastard.
Holy
Damn,
crap.
man, I'm telling you what.
Sip
at
on that milkshake some more.
Look at that.
That's actually a smoothie.
Well,
She
tomato, tomato.
freezes. Hang on. Let me see if I remember exactly how she does this. She freezes bananas. She cuts up bananas in like chunks, freezes them, and she freezes other fruit. And instead of putting ice in it when she makes her smoothies, she just grinds up the frozen fruit, and that is how we get the frozen part.
Ah,
There's no ice in it. It's just blended frozen fruit.
Is it thick?
Josh Owen.
It's not really thick. It's
What's up, Josh?
I can use a paper straw.
Oh, a paper straw. Oh, God.
The granddaughter got her all wigged out about the straws, so she buys
Oh,
paper
God.
straws because of the granddaughter. So
Right.
my youngest granddaughter is super lefty.
well, I think
So-
you have to disown your granddaughter.
At first, when you said lefty, I'm thinking left-handed.
I said I think you're going to have to just disown that granddaughter. I'm sorry.
I would, but she's such a sweetheart. Other than being a super lefty,
Is she a veg too? Does she go? She a
no,
vegan?
she eats steak and hamburgers. She's normal in that aspect.
She eats steak, does she?
Hmm.
Really, Sublime?
I was just thinking that. Really, Sublime?
Really,
Well, she's
Sublime?
14.
I just knew I was joking. I thought she was much older. Okay, never mind.
No,
All right.
my
Yeah, I was
oldest
thinking- I was
granddaughter
thinking she
just
was much
turned
younger.
18.
Oh, wait, you said granddaughter. I thought you said daughter.
No, my granddaughter. My
Oh,
youngest
okay.
granddaughter is super lefty.
Okay, I thought you said daughter.
My oldest grandkid, which just turned 18, she leans far right.
Yeah.
Like almost a little ate up about it like me and grandma. So she's pretty bad.
I
So
quit from left or right. I just lean to the rear.
and then my oldest daughter, she's pretty much right in the middle. And then my youngest daughter, she is like right on the line with me and grandma. She loves everything she fits perfectly with mine and my wife's train of thought. It's like she just took all of the things that we do and think and say, and she just adapted it to her.
So Gary, when's this
Anyways.
FT F-150 drag going down?
We'll get them together. I'm telling you, dude, my truck's faster than that thing.
Man, I almost want to see that.
Just by the seat of my pants, I'm telling you, my F-150 will eat that little thing up.
You know, I think with a tune it'd be better, but it's a 19, so they have tunes for those. They don't have them for the new ones.
Right? It's a 19. They got tunes for them. My truck's a 20. And I'm telling you, even my wife will tell you, man, that truck runs way. That truck's a monster, dude. And I don't know why, but it just is.
If I'm not mistaken, with that ST, you could literally get a tune for that car and not even have to put a single part on it, and you could make it faster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It just opens it up a little bit because they
Yeah.
don't
A little more timing.
emissions and what's really funny is when you open it up some, it actually gets better fuel mileage most of the time, but its emissions go down a little bit.
Well, I'm going to tell you, she's like, hey, look, it's got paddles. So she's excited.
Yeah.
She likes it.
That is nice.
Oh boy.
My wife's does not have paddles in it because it's only an SEL. But Edge is a nice platform. I do like them. I think they're a fun little car. Because I drive my
When
wife.
I went over there, when I went to the dealer, I went to look at a Explorer, an ST Explorer, and I'll be honest with you, I thought that Edge was a nicer vehicle.
Somebody mentioned an Edge, I think, too, if I'm not mistaken, before that Explorer.
Yeah.
The only thing I prefer Explorer ST over the Edge ST is I like the wheels on the Explorer better.
The wheels can be changed.
Right. That's the only thing I like better about I like the Edge better myself.
It's a little,
but I like the wheel. It's like they didn't put the super cool wheels on the Edge for some reason. To me,
my wife just said she likes her wheels, so knock it off.
I like those wheels too myself, but the Edge is one size smaller than the Explorer.
Yeah, it's more compact.
And then the Escape's the one size smaller than that.
Yep. So I think the Escape is compact, the Edge is mid-size, and the Explorer's still, it's like an upper mid-size, because then the Expedition is the full size.
Hey, 91 LX, here you go. This is what it looks like.
Brailsford.
The heck?
The oilless water-cooled 3.0 comp turbo. .5 to 6 liter displacement.
Yeah. Whatever the heck that means.
Brailsford, you're a shit, dude.
No, dude. It's funny. But you know, the thing about I'm afraid of those oilless for some reason. Just like I says, I don't know nothing about them. But man, I do know those things run some high RPMs, man.
That's what Ken had on his, was oilless.
Ken ran them for a while on his. Xander ran them on his. Determined Veteran ran on his, and they all liked them. They didn't say anything bad about it.
I can't go by anything Xander says because he don't keep it long enough to find out anything.
I agree with that shit.
Should I? He's got to be ready to get rid of that BMW.
I was saying, did you trade that Beamer in yet?
I'm sure it's coming.
Did Go Fast get rid of his Beamer yet?
I don't think so.
No, but that's why I heard he was about ready to kill the guy working on it.
Poor Blue, you said you had an Audi S4.
Mm-hmm.
What year?
I'd have to look at my paperwork. It was a B5.
Okay, the one I had was a B8.
So 92.
Yeah,
it was a 92.
I had the 2015, which is a B8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
everything
91 LX. You're correct. They do require special.
No, it was a B4.
High temp grease, and it's not cheap either. It's like $100 a tube.
Yeah, it was the pre-facelift. It was a post-facelift 92. The twin turbo V6 2.7 all-wheel drive 6-speed regatta blue with the white Alcantara interior.
Yeah, I had the white interior, but it was the automatic, the V6, but it wasn't turbocharged. It was supercharged.
Okay. Yeah, yours was later.
All the modifications done to it, so it put down a little over 500 horsepower at the wheels.
Mine was all stock with staggered rims and true exhaust, dual exhaust, stainless steel all the way to the back bumper.
Yeah.
With cold air intake, and was completely stock other than that.
Mine was not stock. It ran in the 10s.
So you know what, boss man? So your car sits a lot more when you drive it. So you'd probably have to grease it a little more than every 3,000 miles.
No, I already talked to them about that. They said no.
Really?
Yep. And matter of fact, they said that like if I were to park it for the winter and it sat over the winter and the garage didn't move, all they said to do was start it up, let it run for about 5 or 10 minutes, get that grease, the turbo's nice and hot before you start trying to jump on it. And then he goes, and then you might want to squirt just a pump in there just to refresh it a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, because I asked them about all that. I said, the car's going to sit for 4 or 5 months all the winter, during the winter. It's in a heated garage, so it's not going to really get cold. But they said, no, he goes, the oil will kind of crystallize, he said, a little bit, He goes, but you just start it up, let the turbos warm up, and it'll melt, it'll uncrystallize the grease. And then he goes, if you want to be safe, he goes, just give it a pump. I drive it 4,000 miles. Anyways, next year I'm probably going to drive the hell out of it because once the turbos are on there, are you kidding
Give
me?
it a pump.
Every time freaking there's a nice day, that car's coming out.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Have you had a chance to get your clutch and your trans and everything broke in now, or?
It's got 800 miles on it now. Oh,
Okay.
I was womping on it yesterday.
Nice. You like it?
I beat a 2022 GT500.
Oh God, here we go. Do you
like
have a
it?
traction control button that you can turn your traction control off, boss man?
Yeah, I found that one out.
Huh?
I found that out one day. I had that car for a year, and I was reading up on it, and I'm like, oh shit, that has, because you just press the button and it says traction control off. There's a
So you didn't even know that there was a button that was for traction control.
No. I knew that button. It's right there on the dash or on the bottom stick shift area. But there's also what they call advanced auto track.
Yeah, advanced track.
And that you have to turn off by depressing the brake pedal for 10 seconds and holding a button down.
Really? That's how you do it in your car, huh?
And then all of a sudden it'll come up on the dash, advanced auto track off. And everything off. And I did that one day. And that sucker broke loose like you wouldn't believe. I was going sideways around this corner heading towards the guardrail.
See, but what's cool about that is if you still have it all the way off, once you get to like 40, 50, and then you do a pull, you know what I mean? Then you'll still feel all that power because you're not going to spin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're accelerating underneath 50 and you're, on it, it's going to spin.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I just have to hold my button for 5 seconds.
When I get that car down there and it's all
Yeah,
done,
ours is the same. Thanks.
I'll probably be like a granny going down the track the first couple of times because I'll be scared of that thing ripping sideways.
Well, the best thing about a Mustang is as soon as it goes one way or another, if you just let off the gas, it will straighten itself out very quickly.
Yeah.
Unless
Hey,
you're a
boss man,
Honda guy and then you end up in a crowd.
Boss,
Yeah, true.
boss man, just do it the way you want to do it. Don't listen to nobody.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna take that car down the track and just full throttle on my first pass. No way.
I have to run to the gas station tomorrow and pick up some E85 so I can drive my car because it's almost empty.
Yeah. Brailsford, I think you actually have to depress the brake pedal because that's what I usually do. But I'm
Are
pretty
these
sure.
tried just holding the button?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you got to actually have your foot on the brake and then hold the button down.
Pinks, you got your car back already or no?
Yep, sitting in my garage.
Oh yeah, Ken just
No
ran.
damage on it. I got a fix from the drive home.
He ran 900 horsepower to the wheel.
Nice.
How much was your torque, Pinks?
665.
I thought it'd be more than that.
Ouch.
Usually the horsepower trails about 150 behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Well, that's what I'm curious about because
Coyotes,
turbos will put out.
Coyotes are
Yeah,
not
that's what I mean with those platforms.
The turbos will put out more power, more torque. I
They
heard.
put out more torque, yes.
I'm curious.
Depends on how big or small the turbos are. Small turbos put out more torque. Big turbos put out less torque.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Because it's less
It's
of a
Kind of seems like that would be counterintuitive. Really, seems like the bigger they are, the more torque they would put out.
I think it's because the smaller turbos apply quicker, giving you more
Yes.
torque, whereas a bigger turbo takes a little bit more time to get all the way up there.
Okay.
I think that has
the
something to do
bigger
with it. I'm not
turbos
sure.
spool
Yes, that's what I
bigger
thought, yeah.
turbos spool more at the top end, and small turbos spool more at the bottom end.
There you go.
I'm gonna run twin 77s.
It's actually big. It's large.
I know.
Compared to a
Ken,
90.
Ken's recommendation is to run twin 6365s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably what I'd run.
I would definitely listen to him because he knows what he's talking about.
Well, that's what he had on his car. That's what he had on his car. I mean, you know, Hellion, their kit runs 62s. You know, I talked to a couple people. The 62s are good. They'll spool up fast, but because the last number of the 62s is a little smaller than 65, it might start running out a little bit of air up top. So that's why Ken said go 63 65s.
Pro Charger.
What 63 is one number.
I'm with you on the Pro Charger.
1 millimeter bigger, and he goes, it'll spool up quick. 65s will have a lot more flow. But he also wants me to go with the bigger AR housing too. He wants me to go with the 106, I think it is 102, whatever the heck it is, the big one.
Pro Charger.
So why didn't you go with a turbo? I mean, a blower over the turbo.
All right, Sublime, you know.
No, it's your car. You give us the reason.
Come on, Sublime. You guys all know. Come on, some of you know.
No, I'm just asking. I mean, why did you go with the turbos over the blower? I mean, it's
Because of the manifold.
because of the manifolds.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to get rid of it.
Okay.
But you don't have to if you get a Pro Charger.
Exactly, but I also don't want to step off my crank either.
It's a boss, dude.
Why didn't you just go with a Whipple or something like that?
Doesn't
But he
matter.
doesn't want to get rid of the manifold. He doesn't want to get a Boss intake manifold. That's why it would need to be. That's why I kept some. And I agree. I wouldn't want to get rid of that Boss manifold either. So for that car, I would definitely use a centrifugal versus a freaking twin screw. But, dude, ESS, Pro Charger, Paxton. I've seen
ESS
I've
doesn't
seen
make one yet.
S197 cars with Paxtons on them on that freaking street racing channel, freaking fast as fuck.
I know ESS.
Yeah,
doesn't make
ESS don't make a kit for the S197.
Okay, so Paxton or Pro Charger.
Well, and
One or the
here's
other.
the deal with turbos. He's going to make more power on the same boost than a supercharged car.
I know he would. I know he would.
He will make more power. 10 pounds versus 10 pounds, he's going to make
I know.
more power.
I
He'll
agree.
make less torque, but he'll make more horsepower.
Not because of pressure there, it's because of volume plus pressure.
Well,
You'll
it's
get
also because the crankshaft, with the supercharger, you have to have you use horsepower to make the horsepower. So
Right.
with turbos, you're using free energy to build horsepower.
Exactly.
True.
I'd hate to see what mine would be like with twin turbos on it instead of that Whipple.
E85.
It would be
your car,
it-
you'd
Be 1,000 plus is what it would be.
You'd probably be 1,000
What-
horsepower.
what
It would
boost
be.
are you
No doubt
running?
about
Damn, he's already at
Thanks.
902 now.
Yeah, what boost you running?
Boost.
I think it's running around 14.
Oh God,
Yeah.
you'd be 1,000.
And that could be turned up
So
even more.
14 pounds on twin turbos would be
I'm on the
12 or
I'm on the
1,300 horse.
pulley I can get for it.
They
I'm
make
on the
that much of a difference, Blue? Really?
Huh?
What?
It would get much of a difference from the turbo to a blower?
Oh, yeah.
So they say, all right. So they say that
Boost for boost,
supercharger,
yes.
they say a supercharger requires 3 to 5% horsepower to build that. Okay, so every 1 psi of boost is 11% horsepower increase. Supercharger, it requires 3 to 5% horsepower to turn that, to make that 1 psi of boost.
All right.
While turbo, while turbo is free exhaust pressure that you're dumping out.
Right.
So basically, it takes the horsepower of the engine to run the blower, whereas don't take that to run the turbos.
And the more boost you spin that blower up to, the more power it takes to turn it.
So the reason
you're kind of robbing power to make power.
Exactly.
So the reason mine is doing so well is, for one, it's got the 20% overdrive pulley on the bottom. That's why they had to pulley it up top, because it had a 375. They moved it to a 4, and because it was
and you're still turning 14 pounds of boost. Damn.
Yeah, because he changes under
because he's got a big lower pulley. His crank pulley's 20% larger.
And I'm running the 10 rib kit. That's why it's got that.
Okay. Well, Mach 1, there was a video that a while back, about a year or so ago, I saw VMP put out, and I forget how they tested it, but they tested one of their cars on a dyno to figure out how much horsepower it was taking to turn their blower for high boost. And I forget where I don't know the name of the video. All I remember is they came up with some figure. They figured it was taking 70 horsepower to turn their blower.
Wow.
They were making, like 1,200 horse, but it was taking 70 horsepower to turn it. So that means if you were to obviously take away, if you could get rid of the parasitic loss, you would gain more horsepower on
the same PSI of boost, you'll get the more horsepower. The difference between the supercharger versus, so there's a lot of differences. Now, like, he's going to run these twin 75 turbos. Those are huge. He's going to, that thing will probably,
kidding. 63 65s.
All right. Well, I was going to say twin 75s. That thing's going to be just a regular stock. With twin 75s, that thing would be a stock Coyote up till about 4,500 or 5,000 RPMs.
It's not going to go anywhere until it hits 4,500 RPMs.
But then it'll be like, okay, so these race cars that are out here street racing, the monsters, the ones that you hear about, those things are like turning on a light switch. When the turbos come on, when they finally come on, it's literally like flipping on a light switch.
Yeah,
it's just a regular V8 until it gets to that 5,000 RPMs, and then it's just everything all at once.
Race 8 is the best way to describe it.
Yes, it is. Like my son's Mitsubishi, I think he had that little 4-cylinder. I think he had a 72 millimeter turbo on that damn thing, and it was nothing at all. It was a flat fucking dog. When he tried to figure, he had a 3,500 stall in it, and it would not stall it. And he found out it's because his engine, at the 3,000 RPMs, his engine only made like 88 horsepower. But it dynoed, the damn thing dynoed at like 790 horse at all 4 wheels. Okay. So when it came on at 5,000 RPMs, it was literally like turning on a light switch. 70 mile an hour, it'd break all 4 tires loose and try to leave off the road.
Right.
It would all 4 tires would light off all 4 tires and try to slide sideways towards the ditch.
That's definitely a pucker moment.
At 70 mile an hour and you downshift the second gear and stand on it and all 4 tires light off, and I'm talking cloud of smoke behind you because all 4 of them light off.
Right.
It definitely pucker moment. Yes. Yeah, when
See,
you
I don't
come
know
to a
if I
stop,
would
you got to
want something
pull the
like that.
cushion out of your ass.
I don't know if I'd want something
That's-
like that on the street. The drag
Right.
strip would be fine, but the street, I don't know if I'd want something like that.
Well, roughly, supposedly, these turbos are probably going to start boosting in around 3,000 RPM. That's
So you
roughly
should be
what
able to drive it completely normal.
a lot of people are guessing right around 3,000 RPM. They'll start showing a little bit of boost, and then as soon as they hit about 3,200, they're going to be full spool. 3,300 full spool.
But I hear that
Right
a
on.
turbo's safer than a blower.
The what?
I heard the turbo's safer than a blower for the engine.
Really?
In
I
some
That's what-
ways. In some ways, yes. In some ways. So that's one of those controversial fucking Pepsi Coke conversations back and forth. They've been arguing about
Pepsi
this
Coke.
shit forever.
Right.
Pepsi Coke.
Well,
That's a good way
Pepsi
to
Coke.
put it.
oh,
Ford
actually, the
Chevy.
other reason why
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
there's another reason why I went with turbos over the blower.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
The other reason
Coke all
besides
the way.
manifold is the fact that the IATs are going to be a lot lower too.
Pepsi.
Coke.
My
Pepsi.
I won't have a heat soak with the turbos compared to the blower.
Oh, okay. But
That
you know, the
too.
toilet paper
Yeah.
roll-
And
the toilet paper roll is a bigger discussion than Pepsi and Coke.
yeah, it goes over.
Definitely goes over.
Toilet paper rolls over.
Over.
I don't give a shit
Over.
what it.
Are you talking about the way the flap goes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Over,
Over.
not
Over.
underneath it where you're pulling it down from the back. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toilet
Over the
paper
top.
goes over.
So the
Over
roll-
the top.
It's definitely over, that's for sure.
Yes.
You can put it upside down, sideways. I don't care, long as there's paper on the roll.
That's right. As long as there's paper there, I'll get it off.
And I yelled at my friend. She came.
Toilet paper over or under?
Yeah, my friend came over to the
Over.
house.
The
and,
wife's like fucking over. Come on, people.
my friend came over to the house and she ended up going in there. And after she left, I went in there and I'm like, oh, son of a gun, she replaced the roll and it was under. I'm like, oh, I took
She
that
gotta
thing
go.
off, put it back on.
You know,
Yeah, you gotta
sometimes
go.
people do that and they don't like start it and they just throw it on just to be nice. And that's fine. But if I see it's been used at all and it's coming under, they're done. They're done.
Yeah.
I probably
It's-
piss people
that
off 'cause I've
person's
gone
got to
to
be
their houses.
replaced.
I've gone to their houses and I've actually switched it without even realizing I did that.
Bubble.
You know, you use
Hey, I've done that too. When I use the bathroom at somebody else's house,
the
and it's
bathroom,
under,
the
I'll
toilet
switch it
paper
around to
stays the
over.
wrong way. I flip it.
Yep, I'll change it.
I'll fix them.
I've done that at Car
I
Mob's
do.
house when I was staying there.
Oh, so Car Mob's an under person?
Well, see, they probably don't pay attention. They probably throw it on either way, whatever way they're holding it when it goes in. You know what I mean? It's not like they're like, okay, you know.
All I can say is there better be paper on that roll. I don't give a shit which way it goes.
Exactly.
Eddie, you gotta be-
Street Fox.
Hey,
What's up,
Street
Street
Fox, how
Fox?
you doing?
What's up, Street Fox?
We're
What's
not
up, Street
talking about
Fox?
cars. We're talking about toilet paper now.
So,
We're literally talking shit.
Yeah, that's right.
I think
We're talking clean and shit.
so. You guys have kind of sort of caught some stuff. We finalized the deal. Me and 91LX. He's getting some of my parts, and
Oh, I bet
pretty
you're
much
sad.
final. Huh?
I bet you're sad. You're actually getting rid of parts.
It's so just like I told him, I don't care if I get rid of my Fox body parts. I would rather somebody if I will just fine set them and let them sit in my storage or something. I have no problem with that, but I am super excited that I'm not going to use them and somebody is actually going to use them.
Well, congrats,
So-
Mark. Glad y'all closed the deal, buddy.
Mrs.
Yep.
Pam.
He is going to get some of my parts and
What's up, Miss Pam?
and put his
Somebody
car
said-
together
You
and
Fox said hi to Mrs. Pam. Where's Mrs. Pam at?
I'm happier than a pig in shit. Yeah, where is Miss Pam? Who said?
Street Fox.
Up there, she says TP gonna wipe your ass either way. Hey, folks.
Where?
You got to
I
scroll
think
up.
Street Box is just a little toolbox set up. He probably was like, what he thought was her, Miss Pam or something.
No, it is Miss Pam. She said right here, TP gonna wipe your ass either way. Hey, folks. She's there.
Why am I not seeing her comment?
I'm
I'm
not
not seeing
seeing her on
comment
mine
either.
at all.
I don't see her comment at all.
I'm telling you, it's there.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to the YouTube side, see if I see it over there.
That's
I
where
don't
I'm
see
at.
anything for Mrs. Pam.
I don't either.
Right here.
Well, hi,
I
Miss
will-
Pam. Sorry that we can't see you.
Oh, I see it. I see it. It's up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she said right there. See that?
Yeah.
She's like, y'all motherfuckers ever gonna pay attention to my comment?
It doesn't show her comment here. I don't see her.
It doesn't show it on the StreamYard side for me.
I
On the
can't see it either.
does. On the
I'm on-
YouTube side, it shows it.
I'm on YouTube here. That's where I got it.
It's 2 comments under Zach's comment with all the laughing emojis on the YouTube side.
So, okay, now, all right,
No,
is
all I
Marcus
see
White
is
buying
Zach.
that Fox body off you for Blue, or you guys got something set on that, or?
Okay,
Street
say that
Fox,
again.
you know
I'm
you're
sorry.
torquing that socket. Repeat that, Gary.
Like, and you guys made a deal on a Fox body or anything? 'Cause I know you guys were talking about it. If you guys
He
did,
says he is.
it says no.
Hang on. He says he is. So, and
It's a tentative deal.
I know that there's a road trip being talked about between him and someone else to come and get it. I'm not gonna, if they want to say everything, then that is, I'm 90% sure we have made a deal.
Okay, that's all you got to say. They
But-
can do it when they get ready.
Yeah.
That's
I don't want to put words in his mouth that I'm not 100% sure on.
nope, that's fine. He might want to do his own video on
So,
it, so I get it.
yeah, I don't know what he's got on his end planned. I'm 90% sure we've made a deal, and so yeah, I think we have. I just don't know other than that yet. I got to get the
This
car put
man's
together. I know that, and then
Good.
91LX and I we struck a deal today, and he's gonna get some of my parts. And I was on the phone with old Big Block 402 for about an hour, or just under an hour, and we're trying to figure out scheduling so he can take a Coyote off my hands and I can take an RS Turbo Capri off of his hands.
Oh, that's a perfect deal right there, because I know he wants to put a Coyote in his Chevy.
And I
Okay,
only,
Mrs.
I
Pam
do
finally
not,
showed up.
I really do not like hatchbacks unless it's a Capri.
Yeah, he made a post that thing was going to Kansas.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay. So my 84 GT T-top car, I've been talking about cutting it up and using it for parts because that's the reason I bought the car. And now, once I get this car in my possession, it will be a Turbo RS Capri T-top
Nice.
because I'm going to cut the T-tops off and put T-tops in it because
What?
T-top Capris are rare as shit. And I only like hatchbacks if they're T-tops, and I only like hatchbacks if they're Capris. So what better way to fix me up a fucking hatchback is a T-top hatchback Capri?
Right. Oh, that'll
Right.
work.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
you know
be
what? To be
staying
honest
out
with you, I don't think I've ever seen a Capri T-top.
I don't think I have either.
I
Gary.
can't, I've seen a lot of them that are sunroof, but I can't honestly say that I've personally seen one with T-tops.
I can't think of anyone that I've ever seen with T-tops.
I've seen one somewhere.
So-
I don't know where, but I've seen one.
Not saying that they didn't make them. I'm just saying I can't think of ever seeing one.
I personally don't think I've ever seen one.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah,
I've seen them.
I've seen the Fox body T-tops, but
Yeah, see,
I really
I've
wish
seen
I hadn't gotten rid of my 85 T-top Fox body.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Take care,
See,
Miss
there's
Pam.
some. See, I'm good with that. That, yes, I'm very excited.
Night, Miss Pam.
And okay,
Later,
see,
Pam.
that's so pretty.
I like that.
Wait, Pam was never here. Bye. No, take care, my Pam.
Have a good
Okay,
night,
what's
Pam.
up?
Sorry we didn't see you. I love that hood. Look at that fucking hood. That hood
No,
is
pull
so
up an
beautiful.
86, bro. Pull up an 86. That's much better.
No, look at that
Yeah.
hood. That hood is sick as fuck.
86.
Can you click on that hood and make that? That black car? Can you make that hood bigger?
Oh, he already went to the 86.
Hold on.
That's an 84.
The black one. Yep. Click on that. Make that one bigger.
Ooh,
Look
right
at that
there.
hood.
There
That
you
is
go.
so sick.
Okay.
Make that
That's
picture
so
larger.
sick. I love those wheels too.
Holy shit, $39,000.
Yeah.
Oh
know
yeah, shit ain't fucking
That's probably
around,
a rare
dude.
car, and it's probably very well worth every bit of that
Look
money
at
too.
that thing. Look
Stop
at that.
it, Chief. It's probably got a coyote
So
in it.
I may,
No,
I
no, you
may-
can't see that? How do I make this?
I
bigger?
may commit sacrilege with that car.
How you gonna put LS in?
I'll probably. Oh God, no. I'll probably put a 87. Oh wait, they already did it. So look, that's what I was talking about. Go back to the interior.
It's got the 396 in it too, right?
He's got the 87 to 93 interior in it, and he went fuel injected. And that car 86 would be the first year of it. But the 87 to 93 interior, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do with this one.
I actually
Oh,
like the
well,
trims.
I like the way that looks.
Yeah, it's nice,
Mhm.
but I don't think for $38,000.
No.
I wonder if it's got the IRS under it because of the way the
Did they
wheels.
ever
Look
make
how the
that?
rear
Hey.
wheels are.
They never made a Capri notchback, right?
That's not a
Yeah.
Capri.
No.
That spoiler right
Yeah,
there.
it is a Capri. Look at the quarter panels.
Yeah, that spoiler
That's a
right there
Capri.
is my favorite spoiler.
It's what?
The spoiler, that's my favorite one right there on the
Yeah.
Fox body.
I like that.
Man,
That's
I
the
can't
one-
stand that
dude, that's-
spoiler.
That's the same kind of spoiler that MJI has.
They cause so much rust.
Dude, I love those spoilers.
I like the look. I
So-
don't care if it cause rust or not.
So here, hang on. So that nose, and then put the Cobra side skirts and Cobra rear bumper on it. Or the Celine the Celine side skirts and rear bumper. And then,
Sailing.
oh, yeah.
I'd love to see
Celine,
them use
get it right.
that. Celine.
Yeah.
Saline?
Celine.
Sailing.
Whoa,
Saline.
It's not
Sailing
Celine.
solution.
he's got a 427 in there? No.
It says it's a 390.
Stroker. Yeah, it's a
God damn, there's not a lot of room in that.
says
car.
it's a 306, so he's just got pretty valve covers on it.
No, that says 396.
That
doesn't it?
says 396 V8.
Yeah. It's a 396.
Oh, it does.
And it believes that the 78,000 is actual miles, which is really low.
It can't be. That's not the dash that would have been in that car.
Oh shit. Now we got 91 correcting people. It's sailing.
That is not the
sailing.
that is not the dash that would have been in that car. Ford never put that dash in those cars.
I like
Say
the
it
double
ain't so,
wire.
Mark.
It says it's a 396 engine.
Yeah,
Here
but
we go.
Tell Mark I
that
said to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Here it
the
goes.
mileage can't be. The mileage can't be correct because the fucking dash never was in those cars. So
It says
there's
below.
no way that mileage could be correct.
Let me see the dash.
It's got an 87 to 93 dash in it.
Oh yeah. that
Yeah, go
dash
back. Oh, and it's got a fucking SN95 steering wheel. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a tilt steering wheel.
SN95 steering column. Hold on, go back to it. It's got an airbag
Hang
and a tilt. That
Yeah.
ain't even. That's a fucking SN95 column.
Somebody did that to that car.
They don't have airbags. In
Yep.
those. They would have had to add sensors to even make that airbag work. So it's probably
So
not.
that car should have been a 4i dash. They
Yeah.
never put a fucking 87 to 93 dash in the fucking Caprice.
It shows
No,
the
I
other
agree.
side.
And
I wish that was bigger.
hey, show the
That's
bottom
what
of
she
that
said.
car again.
Is
There
that
we
big
go.
enough for you?
That's better.
How do
Yeah,
I make it full?
that's-
Is it full screen?
Not quite. No, it's not full screen. You
How
don't
do I
have
make it full screen?
Click
Share
on the
it.
You
actual
should be able
picture.
to touch it.
on your toolbar.
No, just click on the actual big picture, and then it'll say go full screen layout.
Where?
Solo layout.
Anywhere in that big ass picture, click,
I did. That's it.
and
It's
then it
not-
should pop up full
So
screen
it may
layout.
not be letting him because he brought that in, and we already have 6 on the panel.
Yeah,
No,
hold
it
on.
does the same
There we
thing.
go.
Hold
Full
on, hold
screen
on, 1
layout.
second.
There we go.
There you
Let's
go.
back- Let's go back. Leave it right here. Let's go back to the conversation we had about the X pipe. Look at this X pipe.
Oh yeah.
That is correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that car's nice. I mean, I know I can get the right
Clean.
dash and stuff, but that car's nice.
Yeah, it
That
is.
car's
Nice.
very nice. And
And
it
it
is.
does-
Hang on. Go back. Go back one.
Go back. Right
There
there.
we go.
It does
The
have
car,
a,
that car is very tastefully done.
Solid axle.
no, it's got a solid X suspension.
Subframe connectors.
Yeah. Subframe connectors.
And then look at the rear
Yep.
end.
8-inch.
Yep. Or 8.8.
8.8.
Yep.
Not the Super 8.
Axle tubes aren't welded. It's not braced. You put slicks on it, and it'll rip that housing right off of those axle tubes.
It'll twist the tubes.
Sure will. That VIN's been modified too. Did you see it?
Yes.
Look at that VIN plate. That motherfucker's wrinkled up. It's been pulled off and put back on.
Uh-huh.
Come on. Really?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
been replaced.
Why? Because of this right here?
Yep.
Yep. That VIN has been modified.
Oh yeah, look at the
Right.
scrape.
Or it didn't come with that car. It's a VIN and dash from a different car.
What year is this car supposed to be?
86.
86. Hang on.
Supposed to be
Hold it right there.
That
Hang
could
on,
be
go back
just a
to the
donor.
VIN.
That could be a donor chassis. And somebody swaps the VIN, that damn VIN number on it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a G. Does that make it? Does the G make it a 86?
No.
Ah,
It's an 87. What the fuck? A, B, C.
yeah, it's an 87.
D. Nope. It's 86.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's 86.
it's 86.
How is that 86?
Because you don't
G
count the
would
A.
be.
Yeah, 5.6. Yeah. You're
Why do
right.
they got to put a G there? Why can't you just use the 7 before or the 6 after the F and say that's the year? the
Because
car-
it's always the 10th digit.
yeah, but why are they gonna have a letter? Just put a fucking number there.
Because you look at the alphabet and that tells you, and if you know the car's in 80s, then you look at the 10th digit, you know that the first one's going to be an 8, and then you look at the 10th digit, and then you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
Yeah.
it tells you it's an 86.
And A would be 80.
Yeah, 1980.
Right.
A is 80, and then yes,
Ooh,
6.
the crap is it cold?
It is a beautiful car.
But it's got a 4-eyed front end, doesn't it?
It
All
does.
Capris are 4i.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They stopped making them in what year did they stop making the?
86.
But then they brought them back, but obviously a much different body style.
Yeah,
It was a front wheel drive turd.
Yeah.
Somebody put that car
That
together.
hood's gorgeous.
Yes, that thing is totally custom.
yeah.
There's no
Yep.
doubt about that.
But I still don't think it's worth $39,000.
Nah, I mean, maybe depending on how clean it actually is in person.
And how the engine.
I'll be honest with you, that car right there, to me, is probably maybe a $12,000 to $15,000 car.
Got me by the boo boo.
Yeah,
That's not a T-top car though, is it?
yeah,
No.
I think it was. Go back over to the roof. Can you go back over to show us the roof? No, it's got window frames. It's
Yep.
got door frames. That's a
No.
hard top.
Yeah.
Hey, look at the back windows. Look at the back cell windows. Back panel windows.
Yeah, it's got late Mustang windows in it. Look.
See,
Right.
that looks like a Mustang GT from the back and a Capri from the front.
Uh-huh.
That's
what it
because
is.
they're using Mustang tail lights, they're using Mustang quarter glasses, and they have all the Mustang interior in it.
Right. But the
Easier
quarter
to
panel
find those parts. Easier to find those parts.
Yeah, that's an
It
87 and
is.
93 steering wheel.
No, it's a SN95 column and wheel.
That's a 94 to 98 steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And column because it's airbag and tilt.
Right.
Yeah, with airbag that probably doesn't work because there's no
There's
way
no
to
way it
control
could
it.
work because the crash sensor bumper wouldn't work well.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, the crash sensors are basically right up on the radiator support, so you can put
Unless
those
they
on.
wired in all the airbag modules and everything, which I highly doubt.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it because if you do it wrong, you could kill somebody.
Uh-huh.
Take their freaking head off.
Yeah,
Especially with that. Look at the Mercury badge in the center of the steering wheel. It's just glued onto the steering wheel to cover up the fucking emblem that's in the steering wheel.
It would definitely put a dent in your head.
possibly.
And it's a beautiful car, but
And those are old stage 1 airbags, and those from those cars. Those were dangerous
Uh-huh.
airbags to begin with.
So the
Right.
so it says 396, but the valve cover says 427.
Yeah, I know.
yep. And look at the Mercury badge that's glued to the steering wheel.
So I said it put a dent in your head.
That
Oh,
thing's gonna put, yeah, it's gonna definitely put a dent in your head. And it's an automatic.
Oh, well. Yeah, that when you look at that dash like that, you can look at that column and it does not look right.
It don't.
It doesn't mesh with the rest of the dash.
I wonder what that,
Right.
I wonder what that badge is over there on the, above the glove box there. I wonder what that
It's a
is.
Cougar. They got rid of the pony that goes on the dash. You know how the pony goes over there?
Right?
And it had holes in it because of the Mustang pony holes, and they had to cover the holes with something. But
Right.
it's a Cougar
Hey, you know what
emblem. It's a
you know what I
fucking
just found
Cougar
out?
emblem.
You know what I just found out? I tried to zoom in the picture on that steering wheel, and it let me zoom in pretty far. I didn't know you could do that with the panel picture.
No,
Yep.
man. All you can do is go to full screen on your StreamYards. And it'll zoom
No,
in.
but I mean, I just took my two fingers and pinched the screen and pinch zoomed it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
like
your
a-
phone. You can do that with anything on your phone.
I can do that as long as I'm not in full screen.
didn't know you
That
could do that.
emblem on the dash is a Cougar emblem.
There's a Mercury Capri back end.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about right there. There you go.
Those are so
that's
gross.
There you go. That's perfect.
So
Well,
gross.
wait a minute, then. Then that other car makes it. I'm wondering if that other car is really a freaking LX, and they put
No, because the other car has a real.
This is like a bubble ass end, and that's
I
Right.
think that's got T-tops. Does that have
Okay.
T-tops?
T-top.
Yes.
Yeah, that's T-top car.
So the
They only
Capri,
want
the
20 grand for
86
that car?
Capri had bubble glass
Yeah.
on the back hatch and
Yep.
had gay
This
tail
is not
lights.
an 86 then. This is not an 86.
This car, no, this not 80. This
So
right
they
here-
could have changed the rear hatch. All they would have done was change the rear hatch. That car is a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that's a different car.
There's-
Go to the one we were just looking at, the other one, the
Yeah,
T-top.
that is a Capri for sure because of the quarter panels and the
Yeah,
bubble.
Look at the back end. Look at the hatch, how it comes down. It's squared off.
That
Yeah, they
doesn't.
put a Mustang
That's
GT
just got a regular
on it.
hatch on it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
It
minus
also has a
bubble.
427 badge on it, and it's not a 427.
Yeah,
I'd much rather have
and it's
that
got
right
Mustang
there.
interior.
The side
That other
badge
car's a
is
clusterfuck.
427, the valve covered at
This car
427.
right here, this one you're looking at right here is worth 20 grand.
Yeah, probably.
yeah. That
Did
other
you say
car.
is worth 20 grand, Gary?
All day long.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
That other car is a Mustang, and they put a Capri front end on it.
Look at those
No,
seats.
that is
Those are the seats
incorrect.
I like
The other
right there.
car
I
is a
love those
Capri.
seats.
The
Yeah,
other
the
Yeah,
other
car,
those are
was
what
a
I have
Capri,
in my
too.
GT500, Fox.
Those are the ones
other
that they have
car-
the
that other
front
car
part comes
was a
out.
Capri. See, there's the right dash. See that dash?
Yeah,
That's
that
the
other
correct
car, like
dash.
you said, the other car's a clusterfuck.
The other car's a clusterfuck.
I wonder.
It's still
now that you said
gorgeous, though.
now you said the VIN was taken out. I wonder if that car was ever a Capri and they just put Capri parts and the Capri VIN in it, and it's really a Mustang.
No, because you can tell by the quarter panels that it was a Capri.
Yeah, the rear
Wow,
quarter
look how
panels
clean
are
that
flared.
thing is, dude. That's a steal for 20 grand.
Dude,
That is
that
nice.
car-
That thing drives
Boss
as
man.
good as it looks. That is a steal for freaking 20 grand.
Look, man, that car is like spanking new.
How many miles does it say it has?
I'll get to it in a second.
Shit, I don't think it matters when you get to a car that's that old.
No, but I mean, just the look of it, it looks like it's got low miles on it.
It does. That thing's
Oh,
clean
it's
as
clean.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still got its cats on it.
Too? Shit, that car's worth the money all day long, man.
I
Yeah.
love that hood. That hood is one of my favorite hoods.
I'm surprised
See, and I
Salty-
don't like that one.
I
I
do.
like that
What,
one.
Gary?
I like them both, but I do like that one.
I figured you'd be over there on that car, Salty, trying to buy it.
No, brother, I'm trying to pick up something else right now.
That would be this right here would be your car. It would be called the Salty Capri.
48,000.
48,000 supposedly.
Yeah, Gary, I'm trying to pick up something else right
It
now,
looks
buddy.
like that might actually be the real mileage.
Yeah, it may
Something's
be.
not right with that price, dude. That price is too low.
It's
I
a Capri. Maybe the people aren't buying it.
I wouldn't
Something's
complain.
wrong with that price.
Hey, that car's in Illinois, man. You can go see that car.
What town is it in? Does it say?
It's right here at
Oh, Fallen, Illinois.
Yep.
You following?
It's on Central Park Drive.
1237 Central Park Drive. Fallon, Illinois. Okay.
Take
hold
a
on.
I used to know
screenshot.
that shit.
Sublime, take a screenshot.
No, I'm looking it up on maps right now.
Speaking of
What was it,
screen,
12?
what the heck is RAV4?
Gateway
So-
Classic Cars.
Writing.
Sublime, go buy that car.
Central Drive.
Skipping it.
Wait,
He
was
gonna
it
say-
Central Drive or Central Park Drive?
Central Park Drive.
He's gonna tell Kim, "Fuck that C7. You buy it. You get in this car."
Central Park Drive.
O'Fallon, Illinois. That's got to be it. Oh, wow. That's 4.5 hours away from me.
Dude, go buy that car.
But
That's
you
that's
go
down by
4.5
State Giant.
hours to 10 millimeter. Sublime, you go 4.5 hours just to 10 millimeter with Car Mob.
Yeah, well, that's a worthy
I mean-
cause.
It's a worthy
Okay.
cause.
That's
It's a
got
worthy
the
cause.
All right, that's a worthy cause.
Whoa. Look at
I
hey,
got
this
one,
car is
man.
listed as a Chevrolet Corvette Coupe. That's a Viper.
No, it might not be. It might be a clone. Click on it.
with high
It's
mileage.
a Viper body.
It says Viper.
It's a
right
fucking clone. I don't care. It's a clone. If
I
it says
agree.
okay, so look.
Oh, Viper
The
Vet.
Viper Vet.
Yeah, that car's a
It is
Got
a Corvette
1.6
frame,
engine
engine,
back.
and dash with a
Right here.
Viper exterior body. See, I told you it was a clone. This is a Viper Vet.
Yeah,
I've never
it's,
heard of that
It's
before.
super creepy.
it's weird
Sublime.
looking.
I've never heard of that before.
You haven't seen the Ferrari clones and all that shit made out of the Corvettes?
I have. They're,
It's
just
Sublime.
never look right.
Corvettes are a donor for a lot of
And the
damn
one thing,
custom cars.
what's his face? Ford Blue is correct. There's hardly any Mercuries out there. I mean, dude, there's hardly anything for sale.
Well, they only made them from 79 to 86 and then they stopped. And I think
It'd make a lot
they
of
made them from I think they stopped them in 86 because they didn't
That's
know
not-
how to Euro. They didn't know how to Euro out the fucking headlights and
That's
shit.
not a Mercury Capri.
That is a Mercury Capri, but it's super
Well,
gay.
you know that's when they switched up on those Capris right there. They changed
Yeah.
those right there because they didn't know how to Euro them. I agree with you.
That's
Yeah,
a
those are
Mercury
Oh, yeah.
Capri.
That looks like
Thank
an
you, baby.
espresso. It looks like a Nissan Espresso.
But when you
was only-
type in Mercury Capri, they did target tops of those those gay ones too.
There you go. 20,000, 38,000.
19.
Somebody.
See, they did do, look at that one right there, the red one. Hang on, go up. Click on
Yeah.
that red one, please.
The convertible?
Yeah. So that's as close as you can get to a Capri coupe.
And the convertible was not done by Mercury. It was done by an outside.
It was the McCure. It's the McCure Capri right there, ain't it? McLaren or whatever.
All of the, so go back up to the trunk, please. If you look, it's still a hatchback.
Yeah.
You see the quarter panel? It's so they cut the hatchback Capris. They never made a coupe Capri. They cut the hatchback Capris and added basically body work to the damn thing to turn it into a trunk car like that. And
Well, that's the McLaren Capri right there.
and that's the only way you could get a non-hatchback Capri is that right there. And they were two-seaters.
And that was not done by Mercury. It was done by an
Hey,
outside.
boss man,
Yeah.
Right.
Sublime's down there in the basement.
Oh. How the hell did he get down there?
I ain't no telling.
Only Sublime knows.
I swiped up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, boss man, if you can find that ad for that Capri and send that to me, would you?
Which one?
The one with the $20,000 black one. See if you can send that to me somehow.
Right here.
Well, you done got Sublime intrigued about that car already.
Look, I'm going to tell you
'Cause He,
something.
he loves those cars.
I would pay 20 grand for that car before I'd pay 38 for that other piece of junk.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
agree.
wouldn't pay 38
100%.
for that other one, period.
Neither, and it's lower.
Gateway Classic Cars, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Wait, it said it was in Illinois. Are we looking at the right one?
Hold on.
Well, they might have multiple own.
Not
No,
this one right here.
Not
is,
this car.
Yeah, this one right here.
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah,
But why does it say it's in Wisconsin now all of a sudden? Did it freaking hop on a truck while we were talking about it?
I have no idea.
From Illinois to Wisconsin?
It's a different ad. It's a different ad.
A
It
different
says
ad for the
Milwaukee.
same car?
Different pictures too.
It's the same company.
It's in the same building because look, there's that green car. There's that green
It's
car
in-
right there.
What it is that company probably has multiple showrooms,
They do.
and they just show on the website what they are offering for all of their showrooms.
But what's weird is it had an Illinois address on it. Now all of a sudden it's got a Wisconsin address.
If you go back to the original one you looked at,
Yeah.
then it'll show you the other address.
Do they? Well, one thing. Does it have a phone number?
It's right here. I'm finding the one originally.
Well, I want the ad because I want to send it to someone else too.
See, now this one says it's in Illinois.
Send that one to me somehow.
Is it,
Share.
this is-
See it right
this-
there at the top. It gives you a share option.
see, there's the green
That's
car
it.
again.
Yep.
So
There's the
it's
green-
right there at the top. It gives you the share option.
Oh,
They got that gateway. They got one right here in Dearborn, Michigan, too.
They got a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm guessing is it's that company has multiple showrooms and their website just shows everything that they offer from all their showrooms. Kind of like that Carvana shit.
Yeah, basically.
Lighters up.
So anyways,
Anyway,
so
moving on.
I came into a little bit of play money
Oh boy.
and I'm
bought
gonna
6
order
RC.
some. No, not RC stuff. I'm going to order a header collector and some header tubes.
For your GT 500 car?
No. I've been talking about doing some exhaust for a while and I'm gathering to get ready to start doing it. So
Oh,
this
you
Doug
talking about
Gray
that
coupe-
that collector
8
you're
to
talking
1?
about. Yeah.
Yep.
It's one collector.
So, huh?
You said an 8-to-1 collector.
Yep.
Wow.
Every tube will be exactly the same length and go into an 8-to-1 collector with a 3-inch exit or 3.5. I haven't decided which one to order. I think since it's just going to be a small block 306 with an F cam, I'm thinking 1 5/8 primary tubes with a single 3-inch exit. So
It'll be
That
big
some
enough.
bitch is gonna sound so fucking wicked.
what'd you say, Pinks?
I said, do you think 3 inches is actually going to be big enough for 1.5 inch to fit into?
Hang on.
Well,
let me
the
ask
way
my-
the collectors. What, Mach
Let me
1?
Let me ask my wife if 3 inches is going to be big enough.
So
I don't think you want to ask
The
that
col-
question, Gary.
the collectors are custom made, and it's 8 merging into it's 8. The one I'm looking at is 8.5 or 1 5/8 tubes are merging perfectly into 3 or 3.5 or 4 or whatever I decide.
I would think
But
that
I'm
would
figuring-
be 4.
All right. So that Capri is in the Milwaukee showroom.
It is.
That's
Gary,
what it's
can you
saying.
text me the link to that car?
I already messaged you.
I just sent a screen picture.
Yeah, you sent me a screenshot, which ain't gonna do me jack shit. There's no information.
What do you
Listen
mean?
to
It's got the phone number for you to call.
listen to me. I sent
Linda.
it to Messenger.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
I sent you a picture of the phone number
Yeah.
and the location of it, dude.
It's all right. Gary knows what he's doing.
You know what? That's,
Are you sure about that?
For now, he does.
I just muted his ass.
Yeah, but I can unmute it. Nice try.
Nanner, nanner, nanner.
You know what?
Yeah, it's showing right here that it's in the Milwaukee showroom.
There's this button. It's called remove.
Yeah, I know. I knew what you were doing. I knew what you were doing.
There's
Kids
this
these
button
days.
called remove user.
Brailsford loves doing that to me, so it's nothing new. Oh, there you go. It's the Talking 500.
So
I like his
Anyways.
German voice.
I'm
Where
gonna.
is Red for?
So I've got that engine that's in the convertible. It's got aluminum heads on it. It's got Scorpion rockers. I've got the twisted intake. I think so. The little Dove Gray coupe in my backyard. It has already been from the strut tower forward. It's already been tubular. The mounts are to put the radiator underneath the back where the gas tank usually goes. And it takes a fuel cell in the trunk. So I've kind of decided that I'm going to throw that car together with the convertible motor, a fuel cell, the radiator underneath the back, and I'm gonna build that fucking wild header under the hood. And probably fender exit with probably 4 foot of 3-inch exhaust under the hood. So it'll come up and go into the collector, and then the exhaust will run about 4 foot and exit out the opposite side out of the front of the fender. Just because, fuck it, why not? I know I'm retarded.
All right, you're
right?
the Ford or the Ford expert. What is so special about the GT40 3-bar heads? Anything? Because I keep seeing them advertised on Facebook Marketplace and Stick Shift Coyotes and Fox Body Mustang. I mean,
How much? They're getting hard to find. You can get about $700 out of a set.
$550.
$550 for the set. So
Yeah, it's slightly worked and drilled.
yeah, so they've been slightly modified.
What's so good about them? They're iron heads. Wouldn't you want to just run aluminums?
Because they're better than any other stock heads, and they're the same heads that are on the Cobras and the Lightnings. So when you're trying to better compression, so they're a little bit bigger than, or a little bit tighter combustion chamber than a stock E7 head. They got a little bit bigger valve than a stock E7 head. They got a little bit bigger ports than a stock E7 head. They've got better valve springs than a stock E7 head. So just taking off the stock heads off of your Fox body and bolting those heads on, dyno proven about 40, 45 extra horse.
Wow.
And so when you're trying to keep it stock-ish appearing, stock appearing, and trying to keep it in the stockish realm, GT40 3-bar heads are acceptable. And on a full restoration, GT40 3-bar heads are accepted under a full restoration too.
So the thing about it is that a lot of times people go to aluminum because of the heat and stuff on those cars and the weight. You see what I'm saying? So those GT340 heads, those GT40 heads, the 3-bars are good heads. They're good all around heads.
And you ain't gaining no extra weight by adding them, because by changing over to them, because they're exactly the same as the old ones. They're just better.
It depends on how much stock you take off of them.
Yeah,
Have you seen the Hemi heads for the Windsor engine?
I have. They're called hammerheads.
No, I think there's another guy that makes them.
No,
Maybe
I
I'm
have
wrong.
not then. Hammerheads are the ones I've seen. Yep. There's that Malibu that's got the pissed off Windsor in it with the hammerheads on it. Yes, I said Malibu with the pissed off Windsor.
Don't be hating.
Who's
All
hating?
right, Sublime, you got all the information you need on that Capri.
Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, sir. I sent it to my buddy that I grew up with that used to have that same exact car, but in charcoal gray.
Dude, that car is worth that money. I'm telling you, if I had an extra 20 grand, I'd be looking at it.
I know.
Hey,
I
Zach,
know.
Ford Pintos can be super nasty.
Yes, they
Damn
can.
right they can.
Are you
Super
showing one?
nasty.
Yeah, you're right. Ford Blue again. You're right. Yeah, it is hammerhead.
My second car was a Ford Pinto, and I loved it.
Listen, Zach, you don't need no Pinto.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't need a
want no
Pinto,
that.
but they can be super nasty.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, I know.
They can,
91. I know.
they can be nasty enough to make you pee your pants.
What
Not
about
just
the,
the passenger pee their pants.
What do you
Listen,
think about those SR71 heads?
he'd pee his pants.
Yes, John Causey, badass shit, dude.
Hippie is pants.
I thought about getting instead of those Kasi heads for my big block build when I was going to build a notchback. Someday I'm still thinking I might do that once I get my car done. It's 5 years or so probably out there, but I'm thinking about taking a notchback and dropping a big block foot in there.
Well, I might have to build one just to sell it to you.
I'll give you 2,000. Hey, you still got that 351 notchback still?
The blue one? No, I sold it.
You did sell that 351 notchback?
Yep, sure did. Got really good money out of it too.
There you go. Because I remember talking to you about it. Wasn't sure if you were broadcasting it for sale or not.
So this is.
I never did broadcast it for sale, and I sold it.
How much do you
I
think
can't
that
see
would
it.
be worth?
Full screen, full screen, full screen.
It's basically it's a stock engine. It's got BBK
Before I give
on it, and that's about it.
before I give my opinion, was it your car?
No.
Okay, that's a nice parts car.
Yeah, they want $8,000 for it.
And what is it? A stock engine?
Stock engine,
Mhm.
the LX50. It's
Is it a Vert?
factory automatic, runs and drives.
No, it was a
Oh,
hatch.
it's an automatic.
It's not a parts
Yeah.
car.
An automatic.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. What?
BBK headers and weld
That's a
wheels.
five.
That's
To
it.
me, that's only like worth $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is and people want outrageous money for these.
Oh, I just saw one just now. There's a green SSP or supposedly for sale. Let's see if I can find a stupid ad. I was going to show it to you, and I decided not to. Oh, here it is, right here.
The SSPs are automatically worth more money.
I love the
I don't. I
Yeah,
don't like it.
SSP is automatically worth more money.
Look at that.
too much
Oh yeah,
glare.
that's gorgeous.
I like it. I can barely see it, but it looks good.
It's
Oh
there we
yeah,
go.
that's gorgeous. $8,000.
want-
Oh
they want
yeah,
$8 grand for that thing. It's not
Well,
even
that's
worth it.
That's way.
It is worth it.
than what I
No
had.
way. No way. Look at
yes
no,
it is.
Monster, dude. I'm telling you, SSP are people are actually going crazy over them right now.
Damn right they are.
SSPs are
I'm in the opposite opinion on that. I think the SSPs are way overpriced.
What?
SSP
You're high,
just
bro.
because if it
I think
has
they're
the
all
fucking
overpriced,
sticker that
still.
said if it has the sticker and the VIN matches a SSP, that car empty shell is worth $5,000.
Just because it's a police car?
Yes,
But-
dude.
Yes.
Hang on
Yeah.
a second. I just want to let you guys know one thing. They're all freaking overpriced, but that's what people are getting for them, and that's what they're paying for them.
Yep.
100%
Yep.
agreed.
Hey, my 351 Windsor coupe, I sold it for $7,000, and I wasn't even advertising it. He just
So,
said, "Hey, will you take $7,000?" Sold.
I wish I knew how much mileage was on this.
I paid $900 for mine, and it was like perfect. No rust, no nothing. That was like
Mine had 0 rust, no crashes, and it was only 32,000 original miles. It was a V6 car that I put a 351 Lightning motor in it, but I
No,
did
mine
a
was-
full.
my red notch was
mine.
SSP.
Okay.
I paid $900 for it.
What do
Well,
you
I
think?
mean, we've all gotten killer deals, but it's not like we're
That
getting
was
killer
big.
deals like that every day no more.
That was
No.
back in 2000.
So what do you think? A 2012, Coyote with transmission. How much do you think that's worth? Not
What's
knowing.
going on?
that-
How many miles on it? Are you talking
I
about just the
don't
motor
know.
and trans?
Not
They went-
knowing.
they went
I
crazy.
literally just saw an ad for one of those,
5
And
to
it was
10
like-
grand.
and I couldn't believe it, dude. It was
Ooh.
only going for like $3,000.
I don't think they wanted
$1,300.
earlier.
How
We talking about the
much?
entire car or just the motor and trans?
Just the motor and trans.
Motor and transmission.
$1,300.
How much?
bucks. $1,300.
It's not a bad deal.
It's probably a fake ad. Hey, ask them if you message them and say, "Hey, can I meet you to pick up the engine tomorrow?" They're gonna say, "PayPal me the money" or something like
That
that.
might
Watch.
be the one that maybe that's the one I saw the other day. The same
That's
thing.
101-day guarantee.
Look, I'm telling you right now, they want $1,300 probably just for the trans.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well-
not what it said.
That might be the ad that I saw the other day. I thought it was kind of weird that it was only like not even a couple grand for an engine and a transmission.
Well, there's the fake ads going around here right now. A Voodoo and a 6-speed, a Voodoo engine and a 6-speed for $1,800. And when you message them, they're like, you message them, "Can I come pick up the engine? I have the cash." And they're like, "If you'll send me the cash, then we'll ship you the motor." And I
Yeah,
said,
that
"Well,
was
I'm in the same town as you." And they said, "Well, if you send us the cash, I'll ship you the motor." Even though I said that I'm in the same town.
Right.
It's super crooked.
Yep. And
They're
don't-
trying to
and-
pull some
and
shit,
I-
man.
I don't. The way I feel about it, I don't care if it's Facebook Marketplace and supposedly a buyer protection guarantee. Look at the rules that Facebook Marketplace has about that. You got to
Oh,
follow all their steps their way, or they don't guarantee nothing.
Yep.
They don't guarantee
Yeah,
nothing.
that's true.
So you spend $3,000, $4,000 for an engine, and you don't get it shipped. If you didn't follow their exact steps,
My cup has a
you
hole
follow
in it.
it, they're not going to back you up.
I'll get up and do it.
Gary, didn't you get
Okay. Thank you,
didn't you
baby.
get screwed buying something on Facebook?
So I found a dash. for
72.
And the guy
I'm
wanted,
freezing.
Really?
the guy wanted $250 for the dash. So I sent him the money, but I used PayPal, and guess what? I got $175 of it back.
You still lost $75?
I still lost the money. Still lost money.
Yeah, but the guy never did mail you the damn dash, though, did he?
I never got. He would never even call me back or nothing.
Yeah, I thought I remember you saying something about that.
Did you end up getting a nice dash finally?
I actually found the dash the original dash for the car, and it was in good shape.
Where was it?
I hit it on myself.
I hate when I do that.
Oh.
It was up in the rafters.
That's a big fucking. That's a big chunk of plastic to lose.
I hit it on
It really is, ain't it, Blue?
That's a fucking big chunk of plastic to you lose. Holy shit!
I had it up in the rafters, and I forgot about it. Because see, I had two of them, and one was broke up, and I threw it away, and I completely forgot about the other dash.
I like that. That's a
Right
big
on.
chunk of fucking plastic.
It is. That's a big chunk of plastic to lose. Holy fuck. I'm having problems losing shit like a 10mm socket. Holy
No
shit,
shit.
you're losing
Well,
dashes?
you can bet your ass
Fuck.
that is the one socket Sublime will never lose.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that's a totally
I don't know
different
about how you
thing.
guys feel about it, but I don't trust
Thank
a
you,
lot of the
baby.
Facebook Marketplace stuff.
I
don't trust
honestly,
a lot
I
either.
don't buy
This one I
nothing
do.
off Facebook. I'm scared to
This
death
one I
of
do
if I
because
can't
it's a
meet them in
79.
person locally, I don't buy shit. That's a good looking car.
74. It's a 74 Pinto. The inside needs work, but it runs supposedly.
Shit, I like me a Pinto, buddy.
I like the 78 and later myself, but I wouldn't mind that one. It's a wagon. But I saw
I like
one.
the 72, 73.
Yeah. Okay.
But the one, there's one down in Oklahoma right now, about 3 hours from me. It's got a small block in it, and they want 2,500 for it.
This right here,
Damn.
and this not for sale. This looks just like the one I used to own. It was It was not the
Okay.
hatchback. It was the trunk model, 1979 white Ford Pinto. Reminds me. The only difference is it's got the regular engine and it might have the 302.
Cool.
Now mine.
Did you guys put the 302 in it, or did you buy it like that?
No, I bought it really cheap out of a junkyard that thought the people got rid of it thinking the engine was seized. It was a seized starter.
Oh.
And I
And
bought
it already had the 302 stuffed in it?
No, it had a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder, and it had that
Okay.
for a couple of months in it, and then I ended up putting a V8 in it after an issue with the 4-cylinder. This one has a 4-cylinder in it. They want like $10,000 for it.
Shit, they're getting hard to get, man. And when you find them, they're usually rusted out to the fucking
This one
ground.
is in great shape. It's in really good shape. It's in Tupelo, Mississippi. So
Well, thank you, 91LX. Well, and if anybody has any question about me keeping up my word, you can ask Bama. I sold him intake manifold. I think I've sold a couple of things to Funky, and I sold some stuff to somebody else through you guys on here.
Right now,
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. We're supposed to take your word.
Nobody never said anything about your dealings.
We're supposed to take your
I know.
word for your word. How's
Now,
that
when
work?
somebody sends me money,
on it.
I'm making a point that I'm not like the cocksuckers on fucking Facebook. You send
Yeah,
me
but we're
some
supposed
money,
to
I'm
take your
gonna send
word
you
for
your
word?
parts.
And I'm
Yeah.
making a point that we freaking know.
Okay.
Hey, trust me. My word is good for my word. Yes.
Well, I'm a firm
I'm just
believer
messing
that a
with you,
man
man.
only has his words and his balls.
Right.
Oh boy, he's going
No,
Scarface.
I'm messing with you, but I'm just saying it's kind
Hold
of
on,
funny.
hold on.
And I don't break them for no one.
Because every now and then I got to get my balls back from my wife.
But you still have them. She just has control of them.
Right.
There you go.
It's my wife keeps my balls in her purse too. So I mean, it's she does let me pull them out of her purse and let me hold them every now and then, but they're still my balls.
This is the problem I have with the guy selling a car for 10 grand. Outside, it looks great. This is the driver's seat.
Yeah.
It's like the interior, the back seats look great, and the passenger seat looks okay, but it's got a cover on it and it's ripped. But then the driver's seat's totally tore up. And I'm like, and you want 10 grand for this car? That car's worth
Right.
maybe $1,000. I'm sorry. I don't care how rare you think it is. It's a Pinto.
Oh, I love those guys.
Right.
This car,
For $1,000,
there's a guy on Facebook Marketplace on one of those Facebook ads. He keeps saying his Fox body notch is rare because it's tan. He keeps saying the car is a tan car with tan interior, but the car is blue.
That
in the
is
picture.
rare as fuck.
I know, but the
I was
car
gonna
is
say.
blue in the picture.
They might have painted it.
Yeah, but you can't. But okay, I guess. But he doesn't say the ad that way. The car was. He doesn't say the car was originally tan with tan interior, which is a rare combination. He just says the car's rare. It's tan with tan interior. Dude, the picture of the car you're showing is blue.
Yeah, but
Right.
you know what? A car's only worth what a person that's
And
buying
then he
it.
wants like $10,000, like Pink's saying, and he doesn't have a picture of the interior. Well, if the interior's in great condition and it's tan, show us the car. But he's got like 2 pictures.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
I agree. I completely agree.
Show the
A lot of
rims.
times those 2 pictures are scams too, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, I love it when they show the rims too.
Mhm.
But you got to remember this: a car is only worth what a person is willing to pay for it.
What's up,
Yep.
Street Fox?
100% right on that, Gary.
Oh, Street Fox.
So-
yeah, Silverback's car was a nice car, but it had a roll cage, so I can't be interested in that car. I wouldn't be able to fit in that
So
car.
this car actually has 18 pictures. It even for some reason has this weird picture, which you don't have to full screen this, but it's got that tag on it. You know that.
Well, some people think it's.
He
important,
just
I
wanted to take every picture he could think of.
Yeah, but
Answer your
some
own
people-
questions. Look at the pictures before you ask questions is basically what he was thinking.
I
You can't really blame the guy either. You know what I mean?
Right.
already did. He posted that in the message too, and don't ask if this is available, and I won't
Well, hey,
respond. to
what do you consider a rare car?
Not
And what
a
I mean by that, how many made? Like 200,000,
Okay.
5,000, 10,000?
Well, it ain't got to be something like that.
Depends
It
on
could
the
be
car,
just,
man.
Depends on
It
the
can-
car. This
it
is
can
a
be
7,000
rare just as far as
they
the
made
options.
thousands of them. The only reason it's worth anything to me is because it was the first car I ever bought
No,
that
no,
I
I
paid
totally
my
understand
money for.
But I'm talking about, I saw an ad where somebody was selling a Fox body,
Yeah.
and the guy was touting that it was a rare car, another one. And he goes, only 3,456 of these were ever made. Like, well, Jesus, that's rare?
That's
I
not
don't
fair.
think so.
That's what they
You
used
got
to
to realize
back in the day,
how many of those,
that was a good production run.
how many of those fucking Foxes were built that year? That's the thing.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
right,
Oh,
Gary.
they did 1 million Fox bodies and only 3,000 of one type of that Fox body. That makes it a rare car.
Well,
That's
that's what I'm
right.
asking you. You guys consider that a rare?
It's
Yeah.
a rare car.
For
I think
example,
400 or 500 of a certain.
It just
Your car
depends.
is rare,
There's
you know
so
what I'm
many.
saying?
There are so many things that go into what makes a car rare.
There's one for you,
Yeah.
boss man. Remember our
So-
conversation? 69 Pontiac convertible Trans Am.
So if I said
So-
a Ford GT, and I'm talking about the original run of them, that is a rare car. Even the newer ones, they didn't produce that many. They're all rare cars because
Right.
they're hard to find, and very few
So-
of them were made.
that what is considered a rare car is a conflict of interest. It's a conflict conversation anyway, because so take my car for example, 89 Mustang Coupe, 4-cylinder car. It's a Dove Gray Coupe. In 89, they made like 3,900 and some Dove Gray Coupes in 89. All right, here's the deal. Mine is one of 500 because it was with the opal gray interior. So that makes it one of 500. However,
Right.
the Dove Gray Coupe that I just got that's sitting in my backyard, it's Dove Gray with red interior. They made 2,900 of them or some shit like that with Dove Gray interior or with Dove Gray Coupe in 89 with red interior. The rest of them that were left over were blue interior.
Right.
So it's the rareness is also Dove Gray because 89 and 88 and 89 are the only years they did the Dove Gray.
So, oh, go ahead.
that's where it gets slightly weird. Yes, it's rare because it's a Dove gray car, but also it's rare because it's factory gray interior. But then, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. I fucked myself up. Sorry.
So basically, if you got a car that's it's got a white interior, a white top, and a white body on it, and they made 60,000 Mustangs, but only 3,000 of these, then that's a rare car. That's one of 3,000.
But then once you get down to that one of 3,000, now you look at how many of them had that engine combination. Okay, so only 900 of them had a 302. And then you look, okay, at the transmission combination, only 100 of them were 4 speeds. Okay, and then you look at, and only 3 of them had the chrome dash or the chrome dash trim down into the center console. So now your car is actually one of 3. It changes. It goes down.
Right.
You start going down the production list, and you can see the production numbers of that car.
I just found a super rare car on Marketplace, a 2005 Ford Pinto.
Oh,
there you go.
You found a one of one.
I found a one of none. A 2005.
So,
I don't know how they come up with that shit.
So look at the 1994 GT Mustangs. Most of them came with power windows and everything else, but the GTS didn't come with power windows. How many of them did they make? So that's rare.
Very few.
With the power windows.
No, I was just wondering what you guys thought about that because,
there's different reasons, different things.
For example, my car, they only made 595 2012 Boss 302s in white.
There you go. That car's fucking rare.
I got like 3,500 white. It's only 595. I think red is like 597 or something like that.
Okay, now how many Boss 302s did they build in that year?
I think
total
3,500. I think it is
3,500.
Yeah.
Then your car is one out of however many that's that color.
Yeah. Well,
you got to look
one
at
out of 595 in white.
And then you got to look at the different.
How many of that 5? Sorry.
No. I was done.
How many of that 590? Did they make the Bosses in automatic?
No.
Actually,
Actually,
okay.
I'll kind of cut you off right there. As far as options go, there was only like maybe 1 or 2 things different in all the cars that were different in options. Other than that, they were all pretty much made the same. One of them, one of the different options is Recaro racing seats compared to, I think there's different type of seats.
The buckets, the regular buckets.
Yeah, I think you could get regular buckets or you get the Recaro buckets. And that's about it. And the other
so when you look down the list,
I believe the other one was
when you look down that list, is there anything else special about your one of 595? Is there anything else special about that list that isn't somebody else's? Did you have a different stereo ordered for it or something?
They're all the same.
So now, how many Lagunas were built that year?
That I do not know. I have the paper. I had the paper back there, but those are even more rare.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So
well, let's put it this way: if I ever can find I think it's Grabber Blue and School Bus Yellow. I think it's 2013, 13 or 12. It's one of those years. If I can find the one that's in School Bus Yellow or Grabber Blue, and if it's ever for sale, and I ever got like $2 million, I'm gonna buy it because it's a one-of-one car. They only made one Laguna Seca that was yellow and one Laguna Seca that was Grabber Blue. I think it's 2013.
And that's what makes those cars rare.
Yep, so they did one-on-one option, and it literally says on the paperwork I have, those 2 cars were auctioned off for a charity. And I tried to do some research to find out who bought them. I can't find anything on the internet where they went, how much they were sold for, or anything like that.
Because they're in private collections. That's the reason why.
Private auction with private big money.
No, it can be in a public auction. It's in a private collection.
Right. Well, you know who bought the very first VIN number 2020. What is it? 2020 GT500, the new one that came out, Sublime's style car. The very first number. Barrett Jackson owner bought it for $1 million.
Oh yeah, Craig Jackson.
Yeah, he's got it.
That's because it was VIN number 001.
Right. He, from what I understand,
So
he does
when
that
you-
a lot. He buys all the very first Mustangs.
Yeah.
So when you talk about rare cars, how do you classify a rare car? It just depends on the car, if you ask me. One,
Here, let me say
like
something
when
real
it
quick.
comes to Fox bodies, it has been deemed what is the rarest Fox body, and it's a 80. I can't remember this part if it's a 85 or 86, but it is a 85 or 86 SVO, which is the turbo 4-cylinder, T-top, hunter green with tan leather interior. They only made 3, period.
Hey,
I
you know what,
Damn.
though?
green car.
Listen,
All right.
one of those cars got out, though, Ford Blue Gauge. One of those cars got out with a 351 Windsor in it.
The SVOs,
Yes.
I do know that that was a rumor, but I've never seen or heard nothing about it. I know if you go through the forums, you can.
And it's supposed to be up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Hey, what's up, Shell?
Okay.
Hey, so
Now, that's hearsay. But one of those cars got out with actually the Windsor in it.
Was it a hunter
Damn.
green one
Yes.
That would be a rare bird.
with
right
the
there,
tan leather interior too?
I don't know.
So the rarest Fox body is the hunter green tan leather interior SVO T-top car. That is the only Fox body I know that is considered the rarest of all rare Fox bodies.
To me, that would have to be one ugly ass car, green with tan interior.
I don't know
It's
though. I don't know. See, I'm a tan interior guy. I like tan interior.
Yeah, but with green,
I could see it working.
I can see.
So
Hey,
then
hey,
there's
real
another
quick.
rare Fox body that is supposed to be the rarest of the rare. And it's actually so rare that there's no numbers on how many were actually made, or nobody even knows where they are or anything. And that
Wow.
is the Celine. That is the Celine coupe with the 351 Windsor and automatic factory from Ford and Celine.
There it is right there, buddy. Actually, no, that's not it, is it?
It's not the tan interior. There's a
Oh.
bunch of them that are the hunter green, but it's not the tan leather interior car. The tan leather interior is the bottom one. Go down. Hang on, go back down. That bottom one, is that tan interior?
This one here?
Nope, middle, in the middle.
That's,
Yeah, that. Oh, that's
the
a
notch-
coupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only made 3 with the tan leather interior. It's super fucking rare. And it's
Oh.
the Recaro seats. It's the Recaro seats with the net and the fishing and the halo seats, and it's all leather.
I'll take the Capri over that thing any day of the week.
That's what he said
Th-
last
those-
night. Very
Look
rare.
at that. The Recaro. Oh, that thing is so gorgeous. Oh,
But
it's so beautiful.
Oh,
I have to tell you
spoiler.
this. I think that the SVO front end is by far is the ugliest front end that they ever put on a Mustang.
You ain't
Hey,
bullshit.
that part I'm not
going
going to argue. I think it is gross. But the rest of the
Hey,
car is so badass.
Oh,
real
yes.
quick, I just want to say something. When you guys are talking about rare cars, 1969 Pontiac Trans Am. They made a total of 697 of them, 7 of them, and 8 of them were convertible. I'd say one of those convertibles is pretty rare.
Listen, those convertibles were actually a specialty car from a dealership, if I'm not mistaken.
It's very possible.
Sounds like to me it's a parts car. It's convertible.
Oh
Mhm.
God,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
it's actually a pretty good looking convertible. I'm not a convertible guy either by
There's-
any stretch.
There's certain cars that you don't turn into convertibles, even if they are, even if fucking convertibles are gay anyway. But
Yeah, I
there's
agree.
just
I
certain
agree.
cars
I'm
you
just
don't
talking
turn. You don't. No, convertibles are fucking. That's gross.
Let me
But
tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. If it's a convertible,
See
It's
that
better
car
if
right there?
It better be a tanker if it's going to be a convertible. I'm
That's
talking
it
like
right there. That's
You
it.
see that right there?
That's it. 1 of 8.
That's a 1 of 8 car. I saw that car 2 months ago, 20 feet from me, and I know exactly probably the owner that was driving that
It
car.
could have been a clone. Don't forget that.
I don't believe so, man.
Well,
Because
it could have been. It
it
could have
was
been.
coming from the Southern Auto Auction area, and the owner of that,
Okay.
the person that owns that Southern Auto Auction is
Yeah.
is a zillionaire. So that was probably his car.
So, but like I said, the only convertible that I think
That's a
convertible
6-figure car right there. That's $1 million car sitting right there.
is a 69 Cadillac boat. Those are good convertible cars.
Hey, Gary, look up the ad of that Capri and read the ad, the first paragraph of that ad. It said that some Capris that started off convertibles were converted to coupes. If I'm reading that correctly?
Yes, yes, a lot of people did do that.
Look at the
So
back end.
they would take those ASC McLaren
Yes.
convertibles, like the one he showed a little bit ago. They take a Fox body coupe roof and cut it off and weld it on there.
Well, that Capri, like I said, that one doesn't look like it was converted. That looks like an actual '86 Capri through and through. I looked at a lot of the pictures while you guys were, while we were streaming here. That
But
thing looks.
listen, that car is an '86 Capri.
Yeah.
It is an
The
86
first
Capri.
one we were looking at for 39 grand is a
No,
clusterfuck.
yeah, I'm not talking about that one. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the $20,000 one.
Right here that I sent you the thing for is a 1986 Mercury Capri.
Did you read that paragraph I was
And that
talking
car
about?
is absolutely gorgeous in the pictures.
Yeah.
That's what he said last night.
I can't believe it's worth 20 grand or selling for 20 grand. I think it's probably sold already.
Listen to me. This 86 Mercury Capri is painted black with dark charcoal lower accents panels, a scoop
Yep.
hood, factory allies, T-tops, and added this Capri sporty good looks.
And I don't know if those T-tops are factory. They might have been put on.
None of them were factory.
Huh?
T-tops weren't factory. They sent them out to have them done.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Ford didn't do convertibles or T-tops in their Fox bodies. They were sent off to the same company that did the convertibles for the Camaros, the T-tops for the Camaros. The same company did all that shit. Just like
Right.
if you go back into the 70s with some of the four-wheel drive shit. The factories didn't build them four-wheel drive. They sent them off to a company and it came back four-wheel drive. Yeah, there's
They're park cars.
say what?
Street Fox said coupes are park cars.
Street Fox?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know if we can be friends no more.
Oh boy.
Boy, hang on. I'm gonna go block his phone number out in my call log. And, hang on. I'm gonna
funny.
unsubscribe too. Hold on.
That's funny.
So, hey, I'm about to show Kim a nice angled front view of that Capri. Yeah.
And if
What, the real one?
That's what I told my friend last night. I'm going to show you a nice angle view.
The rear end?
Hey, if she says you can buy it, you gonna go get it, Sublime?
No, that ain't happening.
Hey, it could be her car.
No, it'd have to park at 500 outside then.
There you
Too
go.
much. Too much what? Too much busy. Too much busy. What do you mean? Too much busy.
There's too much not on there yet, but he's been reinstated. He has a-
Trump has been reinstated to Twitter.
Let the mean tweets begin.
Hey, I'll take the mean tweets and low gas prices. I'm fucking fine with that shit.
He already said that he already said he might not even tweet on it anyways because he's got his own platform now. He's trying to, push.
Hey, Street Fox. What the hell?
What?
Come on, man. Coupes? Parts cars? I didn't. Oh, I know. Come on. I'm giving him a hard time. I'm just poking the button.
It's like Capris. Their parts cars are useless.
Capris
I think you
So-
should LF swap your Capri.
Who?
Right away. Then I say something.
I ain't LS swapping shit.
Yeah. I think
So,
you should-
a buddy of mine,
You want to make it
You go-
rare as rare of rare? Be an LS swap Capri.
No.
my
Let's
buddy-
stop the world, baby.
my buddy looked at me the other day and he goes, I want to ask you a question. I says, what's that? He goes, why in the world would you ever build a Fairmont?
Why wouldn't you?
That's what I said.
Hey, there's a couple people. There's a guy on YouTube that's got like 2 million subscribers that he's I forget what his name is, Mike the Mechanic or something, and he built a turbocharged Ford Fairmont, and that car is pretty sick. And it's a blow through.
So do you guys know who Foxrot is?
No.
Sounds familiar.
Keith Lopez. Foxrot.
No.
Okay. He's got a Ford Fairmont wagon that makes like 2,900 horse, and he street drives that damn thing.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
Didn't
and it's
Fox
a small.
do that wagon?
Here's where it gets wild. It's a small block Ford.
I'm just happy to have 900 horsepower, and he's doing 2,900. Fuck.
Yeah. When he first put the car together, he had like a $12,000 trainee built for it,
Oh, okay.
and
He's got money.
he had like no, it took him a few years to put this car together. And part of it was because his Mustang got tore up in the so he has been one of the big badasses. He was one of the first people to go in the 8s on E85. And his Mustang got trashed in the Joplin, Missouri tornadoes some years back. And because his car was at the body shop getting painted, and the tornado trashed the body shop, which fucked up his car and insurance. So anyways, he got Fairmont and took all the money from the insurance shit that happened, and this is what he built. It's a small block Ford that makes like 2,900 horse now on the new build, but when he first put it together, it made like 2,000 horse, and he bought some $12,000 or $15,000 transmission. He was going to drag week, and on the way to drag week, it spit the tranny out.
How
So-
do you get that much power out of a small block Ford?
Hey guys, hang on one second. Hang on one second, guys. Hey, I gotta go pee. So Salty, is your hands clean?
Oh, no, sir, dude. I got no. I got damn grease all over them.
His hands are only built to hold 4 inches, Gary. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you know what he's got hanging around there?
He brags about it all the time.
The Sublime frequently visits my house. Believe me.
Yeah. Okay.
No. You didn't
He's
catch
really
that.
he wants to. He wants to. He loves the 4-inch monster.
Damn,
yeah,
nobody even
no.
caught it.
I've got the double D's sitting right next to me. I'm good.
He's working on StreamYard, not
That's
on
what he
YouTube. I
said
don't
last
know.
night.
I miss
Oh, my
Kim.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Tim.
So-
How are
So
you?
in other words, well, I'll shut up. Never mind.
So
I knew that would put an end real quick.
Yeah, I was going to say something. I was like, I shut up.
That's
Now,
the old Eddie Murphy. Okay.
Let me tell you guys right now.
Okay.
So this car right here, this car right here is a one-on-one,
One of one.
one of one right here.
Saline. That
Yep,
was built for Tim Allen.
ASE.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Tim Allen Saline.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a well-known car.
Mark sent that. Compliments of 91 Mustang LX.
Compliments. of-
No, 91. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. As much as I would like to make it happen. If I had endless money.
So that's going to be a very rare, very rare
You
fox. Huh?
don't have endless money, Sublime?
No.
Uh-huh.
As,
So-
as Funky likes to say, I'm car broke.
Hey, Barbecue Mike.
What's up, Mr. Mike? How you doing, buddy?
So Street Fox.
Mike said happy
I'm
anniversary.
getting a hatch.
Oh,
I'm
thank
getting
you.
a Capri, an What'd he say, everybody? Do you remember? I think he said it's a 84 Capri RS.
Well, you talked to him on the phone. I didn't.
Well, I don't fucking remember. I don't want to hold me to the year of the fucking thing.
Hang on, I'll look.
I think he said it was a 84 Capri RS
Yeah.
Turbo
Sounds right.
charcoal edition with the orange stripes.
Sounds right.
That sounds right.
I'm getting a
Exactly.
hatch that
I'll
I'm
go with
gonna
what they
keep.
said. It sounds right.
I'm
Whatever they said,
not
I'm
a
going to
huge-
agree with.
I
He's like
don't
the- he's
like
like the audience
hatchbacks
and the Price is
unless
Right.
they're
Yeah.
Capris.
Yeah.
I love hatchbacks. My Focus is awesome.
Why is food on my leg?
He's
What
puking
did I
on your
eat
legs,
today?
boy.
I've got food on my leg. I don't know what it's from though.
Oh,
Okay.
you mean to tell me you missed your mouth?
Apparently,
Oh,
either that or I got a hole.
did you like his breakfast?
Yes, I did. I was like, damn.
Uh,
Now, who cooked that?
I cooked the eggs. She cooked the bacon and the sausage. I made the toast.
Okay, I'll trust her cooking, so I'll just eat the eggs. I mean,
No
bacon and
bubble
sausage.
hatch, Street Fox.
My eggs are good, bro. I make a killer egg. I normally put ham in it.
I wouldn't care who made it. I'd eat it. It looked
Yeah.
I'm with you
Ask
there,
them, do they
Pete.
cook the bacon in the oven or on the
How do you guys cook your bacon?
I cook mine on top of the
I
stove
do
in
it
a
in the
pan.
oven a lot of times on like a
On
cookie
top of the
sheet.
stove in a pan, salty. What'd you say, Pix?
Microwave for 4 minutes.
So the way I like to do mine, because then it comes out mostly sort of chewy, but with crispiness, is I take a cooling rack for cookies and put it on a baking sheet. I lay the bacon on it, and then I put anything on it I want. Like if it's not peppered, I usually add pepper to it, and I throw it in the oven at like 400 degrees.
Oh,
Not to sound like Eddie Murphy, man, but that sounds way too fucking complicated.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand. You gotta understand. You're cooking bacon. There's no need to
But
overthink it.
You can do that while the stove is
If the
clear,
wife
so you
is-
cook everything else, and you don't even have to flip it. You throw it in there for while you're cooking everything else, and then it's done. And it's actually a really easy cleanup.
You're right. I agree with that now.
Down into the cookie pan or the cookie sheet, and then you just clean that out.
If the
Cast
wife
iron
is
pan,
cooking
that's how
the
we do ours,
bacon,
Mike.
she puts it on a broiler pan and throws it in the oven. If I'm
Yeah.
cooking breakfast, I cook the bacon in the iron skillet, pull it out of the skillet, leave the grease in, fry the eggs in the grease.
yeah,
Yep.
that
Yep.
sounds good
That's
too.
exactly the way I do it too.
That's
the way I
that's
used to do it, but I've done it in the oven ever since I learned how to do it in the oven, and I think it turns out more consistent that way for me. And then I can take the grease out of the pan and use it to cook the eggs in if I want.
Mr.
Hey,
T,
Mark,
Hudson,
pull me full screen.
What's
what's
up, T?
going on, you big goober?
See, I'm not a real big fan of real crispy bacon.
Oh, I love
Mach
crispy
1 full
bacon.
screen.
But chewy.
Yeah, see, I like mine right at the stage, right before it turns real crisp or crispy. Then I'm good with it right there.
Hey, boss man, put me full screen, please.
What's up, T.
Microwave.
Hessler?
Microwave.
Full screen. Come on, boss.
What's up,
man. Get
T?
with the program.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, there's my car.
Oh yeah, there's my car.
What the hell's the rear end?
Yes. No, it has a rear end. It just don't have a wheel.
Oh, so he did go get it and load it up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
Remember I
says
sent you.
it's-
Remember I sent you the copy of that video so you can see it.
Yeah, he says it's staying on his trailer until it's loaded to my trailer or unloaded at my house. However, we end up doing it.
Sweet.
Right now, our schedules are not lining up. We cannot.
Hey, bud. Let's party.
Yep, it's so beautiful. But I'm gonna put the 87 to 93 dash in it, just because I have it, and that dash is kind of toasted. So right now our schedules aren't getting along. He works during the he's basically working Thursday to Monday every week from now until the first of the year, and I am working Monday through Friday now until the first of the year. So
Oh, shit.
we're kind of, yeah, our schedules are not lining up at all right now. So we're trying to figure out what's going to work. honestly, I think
Why is your camera so blurry?
Yeah, clean your camera lens there, bud.
he breathed on it.
Oh yeah. If you clean it with a rag, it'll get clean. I could tell by when you smeared it.
Stop.
So,
Oh, there's Miss Kim. Hi, Miss Kim.
Blurry?
See, nice and
You
clear.
know why it's blurry? He probably breathed into hot, what is it called? Hot.
Are you trying to say Sublime makes me hot?
Oh shit!
Oh my lord!
No, she was saying Gary's breathing on his camera lens too often, and he's making it all
Go
hot and
crazy.
steamy.
You got one low 5-0 in here.
steamy.
One low 5-0 is gonna start making comments.
What did he say?
So how did that work, Blue? Your boss talked you in to go ahead and work in the rest of the week, every week till the first of the year, or did you just say that you would agree to that? Because I knew you were only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Oh shit! Tomorrow's Sunday, isn't it? God damn! I got
Nope. Tomorrow is Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Technically, it's Sunday for you right now, Salty.
Is it already past midnight already?
It is midnight right now.
Hey, really close.
Got to work 3 days and get 4 days off.
Midnight.
I got about 120 days off, approximately.
Oh,
Give or take a few weeks.
I like that. I got 120
Days,
days off. Just go brag to people who has to work every day.
Hey, they're making more money than me in those 120 days. So,
I gotta work.
well, we'll see. You're making a lot more money I am for those 3 months.
maybe.
Definitely.
Let me tell you something, dude. I'm poor.
Hey,
Unemployment poor?
Is anybody else going live tonight?
No.
No. It's
Oh,
No.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, boss man, but I'm comfortable.
The only place I'm going is to bed.
Thanksgiving.
What?
What?
Who's cooking turkey?
Not me.
Here he is.
Who's making egg rolls?
Not me.
Poor Blue
Egg
is.
roll is not for Thanksgiving.
Pigs, you make a turkey?
If you put
I'm
turkey in
not.
them,
He's not.
I'm probably gonna cook myself a steak for Thanksgiving, and that'll be about it.
Oh,
I used to love
So
Thanksgiving.
we're
It was
doing ham and
holiday.
turkey
I
this
used
year.
to go all out, but
Hey, show your face for a second so Kim can remember who she's talking to. This is the guy that was outside the hotel with us a lot.
oh,
Remember him?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what about, who fried the turkey? Did anyone fry the turkey? Deep fried?
I got an oilless fryer. I don't deep fry no more.
I used to do the deep fried turkey and smoked turkeys, but I don't do turkey at all anymore.
Gotcha.
I love
everybody
turkey.
wants
and I
Sublime to go
loved it,
live.
but it's just me.
Why? You looking down it?
Dude, I've
You
been
gotta
out here
work
for 3
tomorrow.
hours. It's midnight. I'm tired. Yeah. I've been out
Oh
for
my
3 hours.
God. Got another funky here.
It's not
No,
midnight. It's only 11.
it sounds like you're going live.
What's up,
Sublime.
Zach?
For an hour.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're going live.
You can go
Sublime.
live sometime, and then I'll join your live.
I was gonna go live, but somebody popped in and ruined it. I'll go live for a while if you guys
There you
want me
Okay,
to.
Ford Blue's going live then. There you go.
Four Blue's going
Ford Blue's
live.
going live.
Oh man, who ruined your live?
You did.
Some slow guy.
Dude, I got more seniority, so no.
The guy who was supposed to be running.
It's fine.
one on
I'm not
Thursday
complaining. I'm
but he
just
didn't
talking
show up,
shit.
so I ran one.
I never even got a notification you were going live. And me and, like I said, me and Sublime talked about it yesterday and the day and today, and I was like, yeah, I'll
So
go.
are you telling me you're not following me, and that's why you didn't get a notification?
No, exactly what Sublime said. It won't let anybody know. You can set up the live stream.
I like the way you threw that in there, Blue.
You know, I got a notification that Bossman was going live Thursday, and I was like, well, then I won't go live tonight. And then he never showed up, so I set
No,
up
it's
my
because
live.
Paul DeFox was live.
Yeah, well, I set up my live
So?
and then waited for everybody to get out of Paul's live. To come on.
So,
But no, Ford Blue Gauge, just to let you know, if you put up your live stream more than a half hour ahead of schedule, it doesn't tell anybody until it hits the half hour mark.
That's I told him.
So
that
how do
earlier.
I fix
Yeah.
that shit?
You
There's
can't.
nothing you can do.
You-
It's
nothing
just
you
because
can
it
do.
only
It's a
notifies
forward
people. It only gives an actual notification 30 minutes before. But if
Right.
somebody's perusing YouTube through their subscriptions and you post it there, they'll see the notification. Because
Yeah.
I've seen that with Paul the Foxes and other people's streams where it's posted early. But that's only if you happen to see it right when they post it and it shows up in your subscriptions.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You would have to go.
So
to your
there's nothing I can do.
No,
No,
nothing you
Won't
can
go
do.
live again.
No, but every half hour,
Friend.
a half hour
I
before
just
you're
won't go
actually
live
supposed to
again.
go
There
live.
is one thing you could do for Blue. Just touch it. Just touch it.
Oh my
Touch
god.
it.
Just touch it.
Listen, we don't want him to touch it because it's kind of like
Just touch that button.
So here's the deal. Actually, I set up my live because I hadn't noticed anyone else having a live planned. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just set up for me to go live. And then I sit here, and it was 10 after 7 my time. And I sat here and I started setting it up, and then I clicked on the schedule for later, and I was like, fuck. I don't know when will be a good time, because if anybody's going to go live, they'll probably go live right about 8 o'clock. So fuck it. I'll set up my live to go at 8:30. That way, if anybody else goes live or sets up to go live at 8, then I'll just cancel mine. So that's what I did. I figured somebody, if they were going to go live, they were going to go live at 8.
So
My
who goes
time.
live on Mondays.
So you firing up for Blue?
car mob.
Yeah, I will.
Mob, right?
Okay.
I'll go live.
All right, sounds good, brother.
Tuesday is Brailsford. Wednesday is now is anybody. Used to be Ken.
Oh,
Sometimes I
Mark,
do
I'll tell her
Wednesday.
about the egg roll comments.
Then I'll start taking over Wednesday. Screw it.
I go live
Yeah.
whenever
There's
the
plenty of
fuck I
days that are
feel
open
like
now.
it.
Speed Addict
That's
sometimes
me,
goes
Blue.
live on Wednesday, but
If I feel like going live, I'll go live. And then I may not go live again for 2 months, but then I'll go live 3 nights in a row. Fuck it. I'll go live when I feel like it.
He's a
Right.
big streamer.
right. All right, man. So 4 Blues going live. If everybody wants to jump into his,
I am going live. I will go live as soon as he cuts this one down.
All right, give me a few minutes though. I need to put my Bluetooth on charge before I can
Sublime,
join.
All right, boss man. Thanks for having me
Wait.
up, everybody. Talk to you later.
yeah,
Later.
All right.
Later,
Good night,
later, guys.
everybody.
See y'all later.
Slow T Hetzler, Shell, 91,
The Nature Boy.
back.
Later, guys.
Good night. Thanks
Later.
for coming in. See you next time.
Why does this not work?